Peugeot.
Pugo, is that what?
No, Peugeot. It's the proper French pronunciation.
Are we in France?
Well, listen, brother, France of the mind. You're...
Are you looking for something to do of an evening? Come to see my tour! It's on sale now at robcomedy.com. I'm going all over the place. Come out and support and come meet some fellow dead men mongs in your town or city. All the dates are on the screen now. robcomedy.com for those ticky-tick-ticks.
Warning. The following podcast contains extreme language and themes and is not suitable for all audiences.
Hello, welcome to Dead Men Talking with me, Rob Mulholland, him a big fat coat boy. We've got little not gay Tom in the corner, but more importantly, Bin, and also Tom's manager Madison on the ones and twos. With us today, a special guest returning, you'll know him from Mike and Vittorio's Guide to Parenting, it's Mac Rice. Hello, mate.
Nice.
Yeah, there we go, that's the intro done. We can chill out now.
Yeah. Good for you. I haven't had headphones on in a while. It's fucking...
Yeah.
It's
the future, mate. You can listen to music through them and everything.
I don't believe that. Come on.
Hang on, you turned up with headphones on.
Huh? Oh, no, like them headphones, but these headphones where we're kind of one mind, one consciousness.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
you suit headphones, and I think it's because of your autism.
What? I'm not autistic. If I'm anything, I'm the ADHD.
Yeah.
Yes.
Game recognised game.
Thank you, brother. But I've a hypnotherapist now, Moki, who's going to fix me.
You have a hypnotherapist called Moki.
Yeah. Lad.
So are you getting hypnotised in a jungle?
Well, of sorts. A kind of a jungle of the mind, brother. But Moki's a fella in East London. I got recommended him by another comedian because usually I think like hypnotherapy like is surely a load of gobbledygook.
Yeah, we tried it on Tom and it did not work at all.
No.
We've got a hypnotherapist next door in the offices here.
Are
He
you
tried to
serious?
hypnotise Tom to forget his name, and he was like, "Oh, you're feeling sleepy, all this shit." And he had Tom sat there, and he went through all the trances and stuff. It took about 10 minutes. And he went, "Right, when we bring you back, you're going to forget your name. You're just not going to know your name. Your name's slipping away." And then he brought him back out of trance or whatever, and he went, "Right, what's your name?" And he just went, "Tom."
Oh,
It was so sad.
Brutal.
Tom.
Yeah, but there is a sadness to it. I went to a hypnotherapist first in Kilkenny years ago, where I'm from, because
I really want to do a racist Irish accent.
Yeah,
You're getting sleepy to be sure.
lad. I think fire away on the Irish accent.
Thanks for the permission.
Please. You're gonna
I've got my Irish pass.
You're gonna start counting sheep. Oh, I did that before I got here.
Clearly that Irishman has spent quite a lot of time in Preston.
Oh, I couldn't be asked with the accent.
That job's already done. The counting sheep has been done. Don't bring it up again, Marion. So I know I did. I went to this lady in Kenny because I was having panic attacks when I'd be alone with a woman, and my willy, my willy wouldn't work. So
So every time you were trying to fuck,
yeah,
you'd get scared.
yeah.
Gay.
Yeah.
Being scared of pussy is gay. That's gay.
I mean, listen, lads.
Diagnosed. I don't need a fucking watch. You're gay. You're a gay
right.
man.
Absolutely. I made out with a fella once, a Spanish fella, in the Glow pub in Dublin, and it wasn't unpleasant, I'll tell you that.
Right, well, the evidence is stacking up.
Yeah. No, honest to God, I'm probably a gay man. I could be a woman as well. It's all...
You'd have a difficult transition, I'd suggest.
Oh God, yeah. You're
You're a strong boy.
I'm a big, strong lad, yeah.
Yeah. You transitioned into one of those girls with a wide back.
Yeah,
That's right.
Britain's got a new hopeful in the women's shot put.
Britain?
Sorry, I apologise.
What the hell?
Yeah, sorry.
No, actually, listen, I am leaning towards the gay side, I'd say. But anyway, I tried to get this hypnotised out of me by this woman in Kilkenny.
But you walk into the office, you're like, ah!
Right. No, I
Just ran out.
I couldn't get...
This isn't helping at all.
Yeah. But so I go in anyway, but she's, I think, the only hypnotherapist in Kilkenny. But anyway, I goes in and I tell her, because you talk to them about stuff, it's kind of talk therapy and everything. And then she was like, all right, well, I'm gonna like rewire your subconscious so you're not afraid of women kind of thing. And I was like, that'd be brilliant, yeah. And get rid of my thoughts about men as well. And maybe you could do
While we're
maybe you
rummaging
could
around in
clean,
there.
yeah, well, just clean them out. Get rid of them. I don't know how I feel when I see Colin Farrell. Get that.
Keep the racism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm enjoying that.
Yeah. So, but then but sure, she didn't know what to. It felt like I was her first client maybe ever, because it's like a hypnotherapist in Kilkenny. No one would believe in that, right? Do you know what? These are agricultural, stubborn people.
Men of the soil.
Men of the soil, the earth, the wind, the rain. So she didn't really know what to do. She chatted to me for a while, and I was like, nice. And we're chatting, and then she gets me on like a little kind of bed thing. I don't know if they did this to you, Tom, but then she was like, put on this music, and then she goes, you're down, 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 down.
Down, down,
Yeah.
down, down,
Down, down, down, down, down, down, down.
Loads of people, my family all jumped out.
Glow sticks.
Yeah, they all jumped out of the cupboard.
This will get rid of your fear.
There's loads of women running in.
Yeah, it was a surprise birthday party.
That's such a good setup for a surprise party.
Yeah, but they're all in the cupboard listening to me like, yeah, I can't seem to get it up. I get too anxious. You know? And everyone's just kind of waiting.
Everyone comes out like, surprise.
Surprise.
Nana's there holding a cake, just listening to you going, every time I see pussy, my dick feels sad.
That's right. It gets incurably sad. So
Were you just having sex with ugly women? Is that
no,
the problem?
no, Freddie.
Because I was going to say, I get that.
Come on, Fred.
I get that. My technique is just to thumb it in flaccid and just hope that something happens.
But the thumbing
It's a solid technique.
The thumbing in flaccid thing, people have talked about this. That's not actually really doable.
No one's enjoying that.
I can tell you it definitely fucking is.
Really?
I used to drink a lot.
Yeah. But we're talking on a set. You're not 100% granite, but you're fucking
I'll be honest,
60% there, right?
I've pushed in 20 to 30%.
Really?
Yeah.
But that's willpower.
Yeah.
That's northern willpower.
Yeah. Look, I won't let a little thing like erectile dysfunction get in the way.
Yeah.
You've just got to have faith in your own abilities, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm like, this will work out eventually.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a laziness. He says, that'll do.
Yeah.
No, it's just like I've worked really hard to get laid. I'm not going to ruin it now.
Right.
I'm not going to let a little thing like not having an erection stop me from getting laid.
I've been talking to this boring woman all night.
But let's say
I bought her 3 drinks. I'm not going to not fuck her just because I can't get an erection.
oh fuck, I've been talking to her about her fucking cockroach collection for 3 hours. I'm gonna fucking thumb it in. But can I ask you this now,
sure.
and not to get too far into the weeds? So you're thumbing in this flaccid cock, but then once you kind of have, and then you just leave it in and be like, yeah, I've had sex, and then kind of.
No, but like a lot of the time, my dick will be like, oh fuck,
Yeah,
I'm in a veg.
Ah.
And like, my dick will be like, I'm here, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah,
But then
it's like-
sometimes that doesn't happen. I'm like, oh.
It's
Right.
like, have you ever woken up with like a fire alarm? Like you wake up quick. don't
Yeah.
you?
You wake up in a panic.
So
Ugh.
when it's a fire alarm and shit,
Right.
and you woke up in the middle of the night, you're so surprised at how quickly you become alert.
Yes.
And that's what it is with the dick.
Yeah, it just kind of wakes up.
your dick's
Oh,
kind
good God, we're in a vagina.
Yeah,
Good Lord.
Yeah. That's what we're
Sweet mother of God.
Well, yours does that.
Yeah.
Mine just goes, cold blimey.
Your one's like, oh, baby.
Yeah, yours is, oh no, we need to get out of here as quick as we can.
This is not Paul Mescal's arsehole. I've been tricked. I have been tricked.
Someone bring me a fireman.
Often, I would also, like, occasionally, I would be, like, trying to wait out a Viagra, like, you know, because it takes a while to kick in.
Right.
So I'm trying to stall
Yeah.
at that point, just do anything I can before eventually I'll be fine.
Lad, my thing was I got on the Viagra train late, but once I got on that, then it was all right. I'm on Cialis now is my thing.
Right.
I'll have one just in the wallet. Just it makes me feel calm.
It's your little safety net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Why not?
Why not?
Every gay man needs a little safety net to have sex with women. Come on.
If you're
Oscar Wilde used to have them.
If you're
Come on,
drinking,
brother.
though, like, it's a good thing to have in hand. Like, one of my mates bought me a lot of Viagra for my birthday as a joke, and I was like, class. that.
Yeah. Joke's on
I
you,
was like,
brother.
I'm an alcoholic. These will get used.
Yeah. Joke's on you. These couldn't be more practically helpful.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
absolutely delighted.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I eat Viagra like Popeye eats spinach.
Boing.
What I be better like? What you know?
I'm Freddy the horny man.
Here, gonna get me dick away. Here,
Fucking
see?
another man.
And then the woman I'm
I'm
fucking.
fat and I'm gay and I'm a bigamon. Freddy the big gay man.
And then the woman I'm fucking is like olive oil. She's like, help! With her arms flailing back and forth.
I'm gonna, if anybody in this situation, you're Bluto.
Yeah. Heavy Bluto vibe.
Oh, God.
So anyway, you were being hypnotised.
So I'm being hypnotized, and your one goes, she goes, yeah, she's like, you're down, you're down, you're down, you're down. Then she goes, you're under. And then she sticks there, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm not under. You know, it's
That's
similar-
the problem. You got to be,
Yeah.
you got to be the sort of person who plays along with stuff. You got to be suggestible.
But I wanted to play like I want my head to be fixed.
yeah, but also just
I want new good head.
yeah. I don't think I could do it either because I'm too like. What are you doing?
You're way too skittish though.
Yes.
Like I
I'm a
bet
nervous Nelly.
hypnotising you is like trying to read a book to a stray cat or something like that. Like, do you know what I mean? Just constantly. Like,
Just shitting and pissing on you.
Just running after a cat. It's like, "Meow," and you're like, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
just scrawling at her. Yeah.
Charles Dickens, another man.
Oh,
Thank you.
just ripping up her blouse.
Yeah.
No, but she goes. So she goes. Yeah, she's like, you're down and you're under. And then in my head's like, I'm not under, but you know, she's like, this is one of her first clients. You don't like. She was a really nice person. It's like,
You don't just be like, no, I'm not.
no, you don't want to be like, no, I'm not. So you're just like, oh, you know, you kind of, you act like you're like I'm away in the astral realm somewhere. And then because she doesn't know what to do really, but she's kind of like, the whole idea is they're talking to your subconscious, right? So she just started going to me, like while I was under, and she was like, penis down. She's like, penis up, penis down, penis up. And I'm just there. And I guess this is what she's trying to rewire in me. And then,
Was that working at all?
no, because I'm just like completely awake. Just
Also,
being,
this is a woman who does not understand how dicks work at all.
Right.
Like she can just go erection. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
up you come. Shh, up you get. Rise and shine. So she's
Like,
like
if that worked, I wouldn't need the Cialis, love.
Right. But at that stage, see, I hadn't had any of that.
Yeah.
Because for ages, I just couldn't tell anyone. I was too embarrassed. I could scarcely even tell myself, Frederick. The shame was so great. So anyway, and then she goes, like, at some point, like, and then she goes, and you're out. And I have to go, whoa,
Yeah.
where the hell? Who? Where am I?
What am I doing with this erection?
Yeah. You know, so then...
I'm gonna go out and fuck a man. Oh damn it!
A woman.
Woman, a man who goes, woo!
I'm going to fuck Ric Flair. You know, a woo man.
He is.
I'm into woo man.
I love that. He is a woo man.
He is a woo
He's
man.
the most famous woo man on
He's
earth.
also absolutely riddled with cancer now, so get in quick. Yeah.
Rixie Flair.
Ric Flair's got cancer. Yeah. He's got
Fuck.
it in his womb. No, he has actually got cancer. But it's really funny because the week before he had a go at, do you know JR, the commentator, the one who's like, bah, God?
He's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
He's got cancer as well. And Ric Flair had a right go at him saying he was like hamming it up basically and like getting attention. And then a week later, Ric Flair got diagnosed with cancer. So,
Yeah.
you know, maybe there is some karma.
I think the wrestling community, they're so used to making up stories and it's just like it's all about the sell and
Yeah.
and it's just like you gotta show pretend you're hurt to sell the angle that like JR's probably have cancer and he's just like, you're selling too hard, come on.
No,
What
I
are you
think
doing?
JR's like, oh my God, it's cancer.
Oh my God, King,
My prostate is broken in half.
it is one of the most dastardly diseases we have seen here on the WWF. Cancer has entered my anus.
It's the Undertaker, and he's got chemo.
Oh mate, imagine if that's how they did it in hospitals. Every disease had intro music.
Oh, just
My God, that's diabetes music.
diabetes is back. I cannot believe this, King.
Sugar.
Diabetes has just picked up a chair. The steel chair, King. This old woman, 75-year-old woman of Caribbean descent, has been put through the tables by diabetes. The diabetes and ass cancer tactic. I meant to say prostate. I couldn't think of it. Ass cancer.
Ass cancer, why not?
Why not? Joe Biden has ass cancer.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, it's going about.
Yeah.
It's the season, isn't it?
It's the season.
It's ass cancer season.
Yeah.
Watch out when you're out there. Make sure you blow your nose and wash your hands after you piss. Yeah, it's always the ones you most expect, isn't it?
Yeah.
That 90-odd-year-old man. Yeah.
Did you see Trump tweeted that Joe Biden's been dead for like 4 years?
That's
and
really funny.
he's been replaced by just a body double.
So is Trump claiming that he lost the last? He once lost an election to a dead man?
Yeah, I think maybe that election.
Did you see the? I mean, I'm presuming you saw the Trump and Elon Musk falling
Yeah,
out
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was in the post as soon as it started, didn't it?
I mean, Jesus fucking
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
What world do we live in where one of the richest, most powerful men in the world and the most powerful man in the world can just have a public?
I'd say the Sheikh of Saudi is the most powerful man. Whenever people talk about the richest man in the world with Elon Musk, it really fucking annoys me. And the most powerful man in the world being the president of America. No. The prince, the Sheikh of fucking Saudi Arabia does what he wants. He has the whole state's money. He has no constraints of any sort of like legislature.
Right.
Way more powerful, way more rich.
But globally, like, he doesn't have the access to the nukes that an American president would have. So I mean, like,
Kinda does.
he kind of does.
Kinda does.
Have you been getting paid by the Saudi regime? What is
Oh
going
yeah,
on?
I'd fucking love to. I'll sell that to
Oh,
them
I would
instantly.
100%
Yeah.
have an advert on him on this
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Visit Saudi.
Unless you're a woman.
You're sick of looking at your wife's face.
Yeah.
Look no further than Saudi.
To be honest, Mike, after you've told us what today, probably don't visit Saudi.
Oh no,
Probably wouldn't go great.
I'd be hung, drawn, and quartered in
Yeah,
Saudi.
you
They'd
would,
have
yeah.
me. They'd hang me up like a dead crow in a barn.
They've got a scanner in the airport for gay thoughts.
Just I go.
We've got one.
I was just doing it for a laugh, lads.
I've got a bit of news.
yeah.
Update to baby news.
Oh.
You got a sting? I'm having a
Come
baby.
on,
Yeah.
miscarriage.
No, I already had one of those.
Ah.
No, this one is alive. I've went for a scan the other day, and I'm having a boy. I'm well excited, mate.
I
They're the best ones.
They are the best ones by a mile.
They're the ones I fancy.
Well, like, it was a proper like, and what a boy moment. Like, I spotted his dick and balls instantly as soon as the scan started, and then it had to be like a surprise later. I was like, yeah, I saw it.
I would say that your missus is 6'2".
Yeah, close. She's like 6'1", 6'2". around
You're
there.
6'7".
Yep.
It's a good job it wasn't a girl.
Yeah, that would be an awkward
That
teenage
is
years.
a netball player.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
goal defence. That's what that is.
My missus was very self-conscious about it as a teenager. Now it's like great, but like when you're a lanky teenager, it's awkward.
How big is your missus, lad?
She's like 6'1", 6'2". She's tall.
Right, she's
Yeah.
she's a freak.
Yeah, we're both freaks.
Hey, you'd like her.
I'd
Because
love
she's
her.
tall like a man.
Look, lad.
Unfortunately, she's got tits like a woman.
No, that'd sour it for me. That'd leave a nasty taste in my mouth. I wouldn't like that.
But yeah, probably excited. It's that good.
That is good.
But yeah, like the midwife said, the first thing they saw was the dick as well. I was like, that's my boy.
What's are you thinking names? Are you on names?
We've decided the name. I'm not gonna. I'll say when he's born because I'm gonna do it's not Tony Yeboah. Right, that had to get ruled out because of my mate Tony. I can't do it. He already texted me being smug about it. And I was like, I can't do this.
Why not? Because is that a racial? You don't want because Tony Yeboah is black.
No, not at all. I wanted to call my kid Tony after Tony Yeboah,
Yeah.
but one of my best mates is a comic called Tony Basnett, and
He'll
he'd
think
be a
it's
prick
after
about-
him.
He's like, he doesn't even care. He'll just be a knob about it because it's funny. And like,
Right.
Also, like, I just don't really want a name that's like one of my mates because it's just confusing, isn't it, when you're in a group?
Right,
Yeah.
but you can't give it a fun name really because people up here won't take that.
No,
you know
we're
what I
going
mean?
like
You have to go
the
Jimmy
sweet
or
spot. I
something.
think is like a traditional name that's not too mental, but not one of the ones that like there's always like a top 10 names, and like every kid 10 years ago was called Jack or Alfie or something like that. And now like the number 2 most popular name in the UK at the moment because we had a look the other
Bloody
day.
Mohammed.
No, Mohammed's number 1, I think probably, but no, Luka, like Luka Modric.
Oh, because there's so many Polish people.
No, I just think it's like there's like white middle class people calling them. Like,
But there is fuckloads of Polish here as well, and we need to do something.
we need
about it.
more. We honestly need more. Like, honestly, I've got a Polish guy doing my bathroom now, and he's the first competent tradesman I've ever had in my
Lad.
house. I've hired him to do I'm like, do you do other stuff? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, you're right, you're doing the whole house. You're done.
Whoa! Don't have him cooking your food though.
Oh, God, no. Polish
No.
food is
Ugh.
fucking trash.
Yeah, but that's what keeps them honest. Do you know what I mean? That's what keeps them. They
Do you know
kind
what?
of
Yeah.
The better the food, the worse the tradesman you are.
absolutely.
Italians, lazy as fuck.
Oh my
I would hate to have an
God.
Italian house.
What
Well,
about
this-
Chinese? Chinese, great food, great workers.
That is a very
No,
good rebuke, actually.
but
Very good
not
rebuke.
a tradesman. You don't.
Right.
You wouldn't want a Chinese guy building your building a loft.
I don't know, actually. I think I'd have a little Chinaman.
No, think how small the ceilings would be.
There's loads of them. There's loads of them that scan. Mexican scans, Indian scans. But I think China might be the.
Also,
the
they
What
built
is
the-
this?
they
A
built-
house for ants?
They built the world's greatest wall.
yeah, they're really good at walls.
Yeah, they're good at walls.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that was ages ago when the food wasn't as good.
That's right. And they've
I
yet
think
to
the
master
food's
the
always
roof.
been good. I think the food's always been good.
I think the Polish are. I mean, they're like super immigrants, aren't they? They're like because
They're
we
the
have
best
them,
ones.
We have them in Ireland.
Firstly,
and
they're white.
We love them. I mean, that's you can't. I didn't want to say that, but like, you can't do much better than that. Big white bastards.
They're the whitest people there are.
They're whiter and they're that kind of like white and they breed like kind of tough kind of children that'll be able to defend the nation. You
They're
know
a
what I mean?
hardy race.
They're hardy cunt. Jesus, people don't talk about enough what happened to poor old Polish in the Holocaust.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
They had 5 million people die, like 1 million off what happened to the Jewish people, and no one ever gives them an old mention.
I mean, Auschwitz is there as well. You
Huh?
know? Auschwitz is in Poland, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did
you
you
That's
know-
the main one.
I only saw this the other day when they when Hitler went into Poland first. His whole idea was to kill all the Polish intelligentsia, the smart ones. So only like the stupid strong ones lived,
Right.
like the Polish Freddys and stuff, and then keep them alive.
You don't want the stupid strong ones to turn on you though. They're the scariest
But that's
ones.
where you can control their mind by saying
sure.
"Yeah, scheißen Sie," and they'll be
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
okay."
Yeah.
So
Shies and Z, shit you.
is that what that means? I didn't realize I was.
Shit you. You do make a good point.
Yeah, I'm shit. This perfect Polish impression there.
Sounds like Arnie.
It was a Polish muppet.
But that was it. And he did. So he killed all the Polish intelligence. He killed all the smart people. He slaughtered 3 people. It was an absolute tragedy.
It will forever be known as one of the darkest mornings in Polish history.
Yeah, but the Polish in Ireland, like they took to our culture so well, like you know what I mean. As in, like they're there a year and they were like, "What is the crack?" You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they're really like, "Oh, sure,
Yeah.
you know yourself. I'm just out here having a pint." They really, and we love that, you know.
I hear you. I think culturally quite similar. I can see it, you know.
Yeah.
Like, abused and downtrodden people.
That's right.
You know, a big love of potatoes and cabbage.
Yeah. Stubby little pissed idiots.
What the? Hey now! I liked what he was. Hey now!
Well, you are mostly stubby little pissed idiots.
Strong in the arm, thick in the head.
I remember when you used to be fat and kind.
He was never kind.
Never
He was
kind.
never
A
kind.
fat, generous soul. a chubby little angel, I used to call Freddy Quinne. And then he got into a skinny little, nasty, cruel bitch of a man.
I am slightly
Horrible.
more uptight than usual today.
Why?
Well, I've been on the road for a few days, gigging and that, and I've stayed in some of the worst accommodation I've ever stayed in my fucking life.
Right, and considering you once got Legionnaire's disease from accommodation at a gig, that's saying something.
Yeah, so I was looking for a place to stay in Birmingham. I was the Wednesday and the Thursday
Yeah.
doing the close-up comedy shows that I do, and it just made sense to stay over. I was looking at. Do you ever get this sometimes? You know, when you're on the road as a comic, you look and you try and find a hotel, and for some reason every one of them is expensive as hell.
Bruce
'Cause
Springsteen's been on tour. I bet he was probably in Birmingham when you were there. That happened to me recently. Yeah.
It's and you're like, oh, I just refuse to pay 170 quid for a Premier Inn. I just
Yeah.
I just fucking refuse.
Oh, I have rolled the dice on some cheap accommodation in my time. I stayed in a £12 Airbnb in Liverpool, and I felt like I'd been overcharged.
Well, can we please talk about Airbnb? Because
Yeah.
Airbnb used to be a fucking hack.
Oh, when it first started, it was class. You were just always in some nice couple's spare room and they'd look after you, and it was 20 quid and it was lovely.
Now Airbnb is a fucking crock of shit.
Yeah, it's a hotel that's just as expensive, but they don't do anything for you, and there's loads of rules.
It's unbelievable how wank it is.
That's
They're
right.
like, don't touch anything, don't move, get on your bed and go to sleep.
I've had my last Airbnb, like genuinely.
Yeah.
So I'm going through Airbnb and I'm just trying to find something, anything. And I come across this place that's 100 quid a night, right? And I'm like, it's about the top what I want it to
But
spend.
for
but
100
fine.
quid, wherever you are in the country, it should be
But
reasonable.
check this out.
That's right.
Check this out. The first page was a hot tub.
Great.
And so I went, well, it's got a hot tub.
Oh,
I could get Legionnaires from there.
I could make man soup in that.
That's right.
I'll give you the
Because
recipe
he's gay, he
afterwards.
loves soup.
And because now you're skinny little malinks, you can like
Comparatively
kind of-
skinny.
you know what I mean?
Let's be fucking real here.
A little tongue on
Comparatively
Freddy.
skinny.
So I looked at it and I did this mental shortcut.
Right.
I went, hot tubs are very middle class. Middle class things are good. Nowhere bad has ever had a hot tub.
Oh, I've known scum with hot tubs, mate. Yeah. There's some council estates with sofas on the front lawn and hot tubs in the back.
yeah.
And that's exactly where I stayed.
Yeah.
So I went, I stayed, I got there and driving in, I knew that I was in for a rough time.
You're just in the wrong area.
Well,
you just feel.
I've spent a lot of my life in like shitty estates and stuff, hanging around with my mates and stuff. So I'm not, I don't look at an area and feel unsafe or anything like that. But I can recognise when it's a bit shit.
Totally.
And I knew it was shit driving in. And I'll tell you for why I knew it was shit. Because there was a lot of incredibly aggressive Asian drivers in £300 cars throwing them into junctions like they
Right.
couldn't give a fuck.
Well, what you want to
just
do...
and the Skoda Octavia just flies in front of you.
You want to wait till
Kamikaze.
you want to wait till Eid, and then they will all hire Mercedes and do the exact same thing.
So I was just a bit like, oh, it's one of these areas, like Levenshulme can be. Do you know what I
What do
mean?
you mean one of these areas?
Yeah,
Are
that
there-
sounded bad. That sounded bad.
Are there areas with little kamikaze Peugeot drivers just fucking
Peugeot.
lamping into
Peugeot.
fucking
Peugeot.
Peugeot, lad?
Look, if we start having a go at the way he pronounces stuff, we're going to be all
We're
day.
going to be here all fucking day.
Peugeot.
Yeah, Peugeot. Yes, Peugeot. Get over it.
No,
all right?
No, never.
What the hell? What do
Never.
you call it?
It's Peugeot.
How would you fuck off? Peugeot, P-E-U.
I call it P-got.
Huh?
I call it P-got.
You got P-God.
Yeah,
At
P-got,
least
yeah.
that's a creative interpretation. Peugeot.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot.
Pugo, is that what?
No, Peugeot. It's the proper French pronunciation.
Are we in France?
Well, listen, brother, France of the mind. You're
France of the
France
mind.
of the mind, brother. Listen, you are wherever you believe yourself to be. It's all an illusion, brother. We're in a simulation.
I reckon that hypnotist used to pronounce Peugeot wrong. I mean,
You think that
I'm going to really embarrass him on a car lot one day.
Do you think
have you got an erection right now from hearing Peugeot?
You think Moki, my new hypnotherapist Moki, incepted into my mind, took out Peugeot and put in Peugeot to humiliate
No,
me
I now
on
think
Dead Men
No,
Talking?
I now think his name is Michael. So anyway,
Right.
it wasn't a great area, right?
Yeah.
I rock up, I get inside, and
Yes.
it's honest to God, it's like a halfway house. It's fucking minging. It's like all the fucking the lino on the floor is like peeling up and shit like that. And it's
Is it one of those ones where they've got like the numbers written on paper and stuck to the doors?
Yeah. Right. I'll tell you how bad it is. It's one of those places where you go, I think this is a shoes-on house.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Like just gonna keep these on.
Wellington's on.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
hazmat suit on house.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't good. The bed was fucking awful. Like it was so.
Yeah. I've slept on
Bad.
the floor of Airbnbs before because I'm like, well, that's just not happening.
It was so bad and cheap. The shower was fucking dreadful. Like it
Yeah.
was just all. It honestly, it looked like the kind of house that if I'd been in prison for 10 years.
Yeah.
And the minute I got out of prison, they'd go, "You stay here for a month until you can get
like,
a job."
can I go back in?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
it felt like it was a punishment.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I my last Airbnb made me wait 2 hours because they'd gone to the shops. I turned up at the time we'd agreed, and they just went, "Oh, sorry, we're not in." I was like, "Sorry, what?"
Yeah.
Sorry, I paid to stay here.
Right.
And then they're like, "We're back in about 2 hours. Sorry."
Do you know
Great.
what? I had a little situation like that in an Airbnb a while ago where I arrive at the house. The person who owns the house isn't there to let me in, but there is people there in the living room, but other people who are staying in the Airbnb. There was this like little German fella, and he was in the window, and I knocks at it, and he's like, "Yeah, hello," and I says, "Lad," I was like, "The owners aren't going to be down here for an hour. Can you let me into the house?" He's like, "I'm afraid I can't do that," and then I was like. Why not? He's like, "Well, I am not the owner of the house. I don't have the capacity to let you in. It is not my job." And I was like, "Lad, just let me in the fucking house, you little kraut-eating cunt. Don't make me go in there. Don't make me bring up the past. Now, you let me in. The one time you won't follow orders. Listen, just let me." But I swear to God, he just couldn't. He's like, "I'm afraid this is," and I showed him the booking. I said, "Look at the booking." He's like, "This is not for me to decipher. I can't let you into the house." And then eventually, he wouldn't let me in. And I had to wait for the people.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have let you in.
You're
either.
such a
Oh,
dirtbag,
you're such
Freddy.
a cunt.
I wouldn't have let you in.
Why
either.
not?
You're so Germanic in nature
Because
as well.
I don't know you.
You're so what the hell?
Yeah, you're in a fucking Airbnb. You're
I'm
not going to know
showing you
anyone.
the booking through the window.
I
Could
would
be
not give a
anything.
shit.
It's
I'd be
not
like, it's
my-
not my house. Go rob it. I don't care.
What the hell?
Yeah, I'd be with Rob.
I'd let you in instantly.
You know what I'd do? I'd let you in, then rob it and blame it on you.
Oh, wait.
There was an Irishman here earlier.
Wait.
That's why the telly's
Are we
gone.
in the same house?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
What the hell?
I don't like that.
You're such
Oh,
an
you're such a
arsehole.
pussy.
You're
just,
such a fucking crummy
It's
bastard.
nothing to do with me. I'm not getting involved.
Snide.
But you're already involved.
Yeah.
No, I'm
get
not getting involved. I'm closing the window.
And
I'm
also,
backing away.
there's going to be a bit in an hour where you're both sat in the same house.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And I went in, and let me tell you, I scowled at this man. To this day, he'll remember the scowl that I gave him.
I would have
just,
broken into
like,
his room
this-
and pissed in his fucking
Like
suitcase.
this. Just, I look.
I bet he was
The
like,
worst.
yeah, I think that Irishman wants to fuck me.
And he wouldn't have been wrong. Listen, he awakened something in me.
Hey, Rob,
Oh, yeah.
what you doing Saturday the 30th of August 2025?
I was planning on burning down an immigration centre, but is there anything else better going on?
Well, there's not anything better.
No. There's nothing more worthwhile.
But my pitch would be to do
Yeah.
that the day before.
Right.
And then on Saturday the 30th, come to Dead Meat.
I should do that since I'm organising that festival and will be appearing at it.
It's in Manchester in Didsbury Sports Club, same
Yeah.
place as last time.
Which is now not underwater anymore, thanks to us. We raised loads of money. We saved it.
Driest place in the country now.
Yeah.
Bigger-
Apart from Freddie's mum's fanny after I'm done with her.
bigger, better, faster, stronger. Look,
Faster than ever, gayer than ever, more Muslim than ever.
first time there was over 600 people came.
Yeah.
This time we're looking at double those figures. We've sold loads of tickets already, but tickets are still available. You can get them via our website, deadmentalkpod.com.
It's comedy, it's chaos, it's free tattoos, it's violence, there's fire. It's going to be sick. Deadmentalkpod.com. Get your tickets. We'll see you there August 30th.
And then I said to Margot Robbie, look, I'll only have sex with you if you get me a delicious liqueur in a stylish preserving jar known as a mason jar.
But where would you get one of those, Freddie?
Well, lucky for me, there's such a thing called O'Donnell's Moonshine.
And even luckier for us, they're sponsoring us. O'Donnell's Moonshine.
Moonshine, it's like an illegally distributed alcohol during the Prohibition era,
Yeah.
but they brought it straight to the 21st century.
Yeah.
And here's the bit that you're going to like.
Oh, yeah?
They have all different sorts of proofs,
Yeah.
from 17% for
Yeah.
the pussies,
Yeah.
all the way to 72%
Yeah,
proof.
for real men. I recommend you drink them irresponsibly and at great quantities. I think that, honestly, I am very jealous of all you who are still allowed to drink. This is the sort of drink I would drink too much of over and over again.
Yeah. This
Seems
is
very tasty. One of the flavours.
There's 20 different over 20 different flavors.
That's a lot
actually.
of flavours.
So the ones that I have yet to try, but when I am allowed to drink alcohol again, I will try.
Yeah.
Tough Nut and Very Cherry, because
Oh,
they
yeah.
are the best-selling flavors.
I bet you like Tough Nut.
And apparently, Tough Nut tastes like drinking Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah.
So I'm all over that shit. And Very Cherry is like Mr. Kipling in a glass.
All right, I bet you
What's
like
that?
that.
Alcohol.
A man in a glass.
Alcohol that tastes like food. Fucking give me some of that shit. Absolutely.
Anyway,
Just-
get over to o'donnellmoonshine.co.uk and put in the discount code. It is DEADMEN10 for 10% off. They're also sponsoring Dead Meat. They're proper good eggs. We love O'Donnell's, and doesn't it feel apt that we're sponsored by semi-legal booze?
give it a try.
Get involved.
Drink something different. You enjoy it.
Yeah, what could go wrong apart from liver failure?
We hope you're enjoying this week's episode, you big stupid cunts.
Oh, and if you don't, you're a fucking idiot.
And I tell you what, you
Yeah.
should sign up to the. I don't know what we're doing here. Are we
Patreon,
gaslighting
give us a
them?
Patreon. I don't care. Just shut
What
up,
is
you slags.
gaslighting? But I heard it works. Should we try gaslighting them?
Just try gaslighting him. Oh, you're mental because you're not on Patreon. That's you said you wanted to be on Patreon, and you're being insane now because you're not on it.
Your arse looks fat in those jeans because you're
Yeah.
not on Patreon.
Yeah, shut up, you slag.
Gaslighting.
Gaslighting.
Patreon.com/Dead Men Talk Pod. Extra episode every single week. It's £3 a month. You get a week's free trial.
Free.
There's-
That's so little money.
Exactly.
That's basically no money.
Even you can afford it, you poor
Yeah,
cunt.
you can, you fucking povo pricks. Even you, disgusting scum, can have even more of this podcast. And please do it, because it's the only reason that we feel confident enough to keep saying all the awful things we do. This is our only chance at a career. Please let us have it. And here's a little sample clip from a recent Patreon episode.
Your best friend has been caught with a boot full of dog heads. He's blaming you. What do you do?
Right. Be caught with a boot full of dog heads.
Yeah.
Who's he blaming it to? The police?
Yeah,
I
think we need
becomes
to,
a
I think we need to
police
adjust this. Someone has put a boot full of dog heads in your boot.
Right.
What do you do?
Gonna be
How
quite
do you
annoyed I just got a new
explain
car. I've been doing really well at taking all the crisp packets out after every journey. I'd be furious if it was full of dog heads. I haven't even let
The
my
upholstery.
I haven't even let my dog in my car yet, let alone a load of heads.
I've got this down. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Right, so pull me over.
Woo! How much of this charade do I have to do?
Okay.
Wind down the window.
You're
Excuse me,
right.
sir. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
It's just you look very fat.
Been eating today, sir?
Can you blow into this, please? I'm showing a dangerously high level of hash brown.
What's your badge number? I'm going to report this. What's your badge
It's
number?
a good technique. Turn it around on him straight away.
What's your badge number? I'm going to report this. I think that's very unprofessional.
Yeah.
Now, what's your reason for pulling me over?
Well, I'm from the fat police. I noticed your suspension dragging. Do you have a license for those tits?
Are you, is this because you're so heavy or there's something in your boot?
Well, you can check my boot if you want.
Okay, I go. It's my boot opening
Okay.
nice
I
and
thought
quiet.
it was Freddy trying to breathe.
So I'm just double dropping chicken nuggets in the
Hurry
front
up.
seat.
Hurry up, officer. I'm late for the art exhibit
Okay, why have you got a burger there? Why have you got a burger in your hand?
because I'm hungry.
Uh-huh.
I'm on my way to the art exhibit.
What art?
Conceptual art
Uh-huh.
at the Manchester MoMA.
Right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I have to drive this exhibit of realistic but fake looking dog heads to there.
What's
because,
the name of the artist so I can just pop them into Google?
It's me. I'm the artist.
You're the artist.
Yeah,
You've got an exhibition at the Museum of Modern Art.
Yes.
Right, so I assume there'll be a lot of history of your artistic career that I can easily
No,
find.
this is my big breakthrough.
Your big breakthrough,
It's
your
your
first
exhibit.
work of art, and rather than it being a watercolour in some cafe,
That's
you're getting
correct.
a conceptual sculpture of dog heads into the Museum of Modern Art.
That's correct.
And you say these dog-
I am a Nepo baby.
Right, who are your parents? So I can look on Wikipedia. 'Cause
Mark Steele.
Mark Steele. So you're Mark Steele's other son. What's the exhibition called?
The exhibition is called a fascinating insight into.
It's just curated by Lemony Snicket.
It's called. It's called
A fascinating insight into what?
Dog.
Into dogs. It's a fascinating. What? So that's the name of the exhibition. So there's Insights of Dogs. And what's the name of this specific piece within the exhibition? That fascinating insight into dogs. What do you call this sculpture?
This sculpture is called Unleashed.
Unleashed. Okay.
Yeah. No.
Fascinating
what does-
insight into
what-
dogs. And then there's just 40 dog heads. Wow, what a fascinating insight into dogs.
What fascinating insights have you discovered that you want to share through this work? What's the meaning behind it? What are you trying to translate with your work?
Well, the meaning behind it is that we often see dogs.
I do, to be fair.
But usually they have bodies.
Yeah. We often see dogs as all different shapes and sizes, and this is a way of unifying them.
All their heads are a different size, though, aren't they?
No,
They're
I've
different shapes.
shaved them down.
You shaved down a bulldog and a chihuahua head to be the same size.
Yeah.
How much shaving have you done on that Doberman? Also,
So,
these dogs aren't shaved.
you're sorry?
These are just dog heads.
No, I do it when I get there.
When you get there, you shave the dog heads.
Yeah.
So these
It's-
are dog heads, though.
Well,
They're
it's,
not
well,
fake.
it's why it's
These are real dog heads.
it's why it's conceptual art.
So these are dog heads, though.
yes,
Right.
yes, but they've been donated. It's fine.
It's been donated. Who donated their dogs?
The owners.
Right. So we've got a report that quite a lot of these dogs are missing.
What? What do you mean?
Well, there's a collar on that one. We've got a phone number. We're going to ring the owner.
That's absolutely fine.
Yeah. Ring.
Hello?
No,
Hello?
I'm
no.
there.
We've got the owner over there. Hello. Hi. We were wondering if you had recently lost a dog.
I've lost some of it.
But you know what I had this weekend I was in Birmingham, Glee. This is a lovely bit of business. And I was in the Holiday Inn in Birmingham, as I like to call it, Versailles. Gorgeous bit of business.
And also, as well, France is in your mind, isn't
And
it?
I'm constantly summer in France. So at all times.
Where are you now?
What?
Where are you now?
I'm in a little
On a
town,
better podcast.
a little rugby town called Toulon.
How did
And,
you get there? Did you drive your Pergo?
I'm having an oak white latte on the street of Toulon in my mind right now. That's the thing.
Too long.
You can be wherever you want. I don't have to be in fucking Horaway, fucking whatever stupid place this is.
Yeah,
Horwich.
we wish we weren't here either.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shit town we're in. Yeah.
You can be in Toulon with two questionably aged sex workers. You're having a little oak white, and you're deciding.
So, how long have you boys been working here?
But
Go on.
Holiday Inn. Yeah, I'm in this Versailles of Birmingham, the Holiday Inn.
Go on, you finish this story, then I'll get back to my
Yeah.
story, then we'll finish.
And my story is so shit as well, and I'm loving that I'm wasting everyone's time. So
That's all we're doing here, mate.
yeah, it's so shite. But no, I don't know if I've started doing a thing. I bet you're good for it already, Rob. You tell me just not just accepting everything, not complaining, but kind of just saying what I want. So I went up, I got the bedroom, and I went up, and it was just two single beds, like put together, and I was just like, do you know what? No, you don't put Mikey in with two single beds. Mikey's closing the Dlee this weekend. You give me a fucking double bed. So I go down to the fella at the reception. I say, hey, that's two single beds up. Who do you think I am? What do you think I am? Fucking some bum? I said, no. I said I want a double bed. Now, I couldn't have been nicer, I'll be honest. I was just like, I actually, it's two single beds. And I'd love if I could get a double bed. I'm so sorry for if I've caused any hassle. I've been hypnotized recently. So I says to him, and then I was so nice about it. And then do you know what he did?
What?
He put me in the executive suite.
Ooh la la.
No charge.
Yes.
Straight up to the executive suite. Lads, you have about 6 towels for yourself. 6 towels.
I can
I'm
only
not
come
joking.
so many times.
Lad, I was just releasing these cum-filled towels like doves into the executive suite. I swear to
Pull them
God.
out your sleeve.
Yeah.
You got a top hat. Bag is full of cum.
Oh, lad. Unbelievable.
Go find land.
Yeah.
Imagine if that, by some quirk of fate, was the international symbol for peace. not a dove, but a cum-filled white towel.
I really love if you got your hat mixed up with a magician who's on stage doing a show.
Send word to King Louis for me.
Well, you've got to wipe cum off of a seagull.
But what a great...
Seagual.
Sorry,
What
Dom.
magician is using a fucking seagull? How terrifying would that trick be? You're like, look what I'm here. Gaga! You're like, ah! All these children crying.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, sorry.
That's a Blackpool magician.
Yeah,
that
that is a scumbag.
Seagull.
Sorry.
You can tell how much Tom is scum that he's seen magicians pulling seagulls out of hats.
Seen him pull crows, just mangled crows out of hats.
Yeah, instead of hankies, it's just serviettes.
I haven't worried. They're just doing chicken nuggets.
So anyway,
no,
I was staying in Stetchley,
Yes.
which is an area of Birmingham that I was unfamiliar with. But I went on stage and said I'm staying in Stetchley, and everyone was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
And I found out afterwards that 5 minutes down the road is a place called Alum Rock,
Right.
and that is where ISIS go to recruit.
Yeah,
No.
baby.
Yeah,
To be
I
fair,
drove
there's one of
through
those
it.
5 minutes from Ellen Road.
I drove through it on the way to the next gig.
Right.
My God.
Mate, last time I gigged in Birmingham, I was doing the gig, and then like afterwards, everyone just kept being like, "What are you doing around here?" And then they were being like, "I was with, I can't remember, I was with, was it Johnny Pelham I was with? I think it was. We were going to go get some food, and they were just like, be fucking careful around here, don't go out, and all this." And it was like they were really hamming up like I was going to get stabbed immediately when I walked out, but like I'm 6'7", I'll be fine.
Right.
But like it was already like just constantly they were like, "Fucking hell, Jesus, God!" And it's like you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you
Weird.
ever been mugged, Rob?
No. I just think I'm not. Like, I just think you choose someone else. You just wait for the
course.
next guy because I'm not
Yeah.
great at fighting or whatever, but I'm a big target. You know, like
Right.
you'd go for.
Same. And as well, like, I've never been mugged, but also, like, in my heavier days as well,
Yeah.
you just look at that and go, there's just easier people.
Exactly. I'm
Right.
not the
And
easiest
also
target.
as well, here's the thing.
You'd
is,
mug Tom.
Is I look
You'd
heavy.
do more than mug him. You would also rape Tom. You'd really do a number on Tommy.
Yeah.
I think you
Most
need a little bit more
weekends.
hypnotism, mate.
I've been pickpocketed. I've never been mugged.
Oh, yeah.
But I caught the guy pickpocketing me in Barcelona. I caught him trying to steal my phone.
Yeah.
And I got my phone back.
And did you say, aha?
I did. And then
Stop thief!
I went, and then I thought,
Yes.
and then I
And then
thought,
the guy went to pick his phone out, and it was a towel full of cum. And he was like,
Ta-da! How'd you get the seagull in there?
"Oh my God, are you on Instagram or something? How do we follow you?" But yeah, it's. I just think with me, I look both like I'm a big lad, but I also look poor.
Yeah.
And you look and you go, that's just what's going to have in his wallet, like
Yeah.
15 quid.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't even carry a wallet.
You
so-
look like you have just kind of like some mince meat in your pockets.
hand over the ground beef, all of it.
I would rather.
Some in my shoe and just like, you know.
Just pouring out pork belly.
And the taco sauce, fatty. I would rather die than give you the taco.
He's got an house full of Frank hot sauce.
My mother gave me that taco sauce. It's a family heirloom. It might not mean much to you, but damn it, the sentimental value alone is.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
No, I've not been mugged either. And I lived in Barcelona, and I also lived in like Dublin and Berlin, which are muggy enough places.
Yeah, I used to live in South London, but
Yeah.
like I'd walk home at like through like dodgy estates and just not be worried. I maybe should have been, but like
Right.
also like I just think I'm tall enough that people are like, let's not bother with that one.
It's
I'd say.
it's one of the
Small town people love trying to pick a fight with me. That's different
It's-
because they like the challenge.
It's
Yeah.
one of the great privileges of being a man that I never, ever, ever think about getting raped.
Yeah,
Like, you just don't.
I am the one who rapes.
Mike thinks about it a lot.
Well, think, fantasize. It's
Oh no! Stop, boys! Oh,
it comes up. Yeah. There would be. There probably is though. You know, there's a bit of that in prison where lads are like, you know, there's probably some lads are like, is no one gonna?
Do you ever have a thing where?
Is no one
just in
gonna?
the shower, like,
Yeah.
whoops.
Yeah.
Do you ever have a thing where like a girl, like a female who's like your mate, and you've been out or whatever? They're like, "Oh, let us know you get home all right," and you're like. In your head, you're like, what the fuck are you
Yeah.
talking about?
I
Like,
know.
Of course I'm going to get home all right. I'm a man.
I'm a large man.
Right.
I'm going to go walk through that dark park.
Yeah, pants round my ankles,
Yeah.
lubed up arsehole, nothing will happen.
I'm going to take 2 Hypnols.
I'm gonna
I
pass out.
recreationally do Rehypnol.
I'm gonna
I do it to myself. I'm just there sniffing rags as I walk through the park.
I'm going to pass out on a park bench with a sign saying, please rape me, and nothing will happen.
Yeah, because a rapist will walk past you and go, I could do better.
Yeah.
I'll wait for the next bench, see if there's something better.
Wait for the next bench.
There's
Oh,
a dead
that's the
fox over there.
That's the worst thing you could hear.
So looks at Freddy and goes, no, I'll rape that dead fox.
Yeah. But there's definitely kind of a code with those guys where it's just like, you never settle for the first bench. You know what I mean? You never.
There's always better out there. Keep walking.
You've got to have the faith that as the benches come along, you'll get more attractive passed out people as you go. But there is that, because there is a macho thing with that though, isn't there? Like, because that's how I think. Like, it's like, yeah, I've never been mugged, and part of me in my head is like, they'd know better. They'd know better than that.
Yeah.
They don't want this smoke, and I'd literally start crying. If
Oh
they
yeah,
did it.
100%. Like,
But, you know,
if someone like pulled a knife or whatever, I would just give them what I have and be like, "Good day to you, sir."
Oh,
like, you know,
yeah.
it's not. I'm not going to try scrap someone who's got a weapon. Like, fuck that.
no,
If they had a knife and I could see it,
yeah.
then yeah.
Just give them everything. Who gives a fuck?
If not, I don't know how cooperative I'd be.
If they're smaller than me and they don't, I want to see the weapon. I want to see.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
will
yeah,
ask to see it.
Yeah,
I'll be like,
I was
show
like,
me your knife.
You show me that knife, and
this
I'll
is
give up
done.
instantly.
Me,
Yeah.
if
If not,
if they've got it in a hoodie, not asked. Pull it out, show me it. Otherwise, fuck off.
May I be so bold as to ask you to brandish the weapon? With that, I certainly don't want to put you out, but it's just there's a possibility you don't have one, in which case I will keep my phone. Because although you look malnourished and dangerous, you are a little fellow, and I a big one.
Is this how I sound in your head?
The worst Rob Mulholland impression.
Good
I've heard
day,
my
sir.
Rob Mulholland. I'm sitting here with my friend Frederick, and by God, we won't mince our words. He's got mince in his bloody pockets. The fat cunt.
To be fair, that is pretty spot on.
Brilliant Mulholland.
Oh my god.
But you know, today actually, speaking of little fuckers, I was outside a Pret in just it's like Euston Station, so I was getting the train up, and a little fucking greasy lad. Do you know when I like have my earphones on, and they just come into your, you know, it's just he's in my life now, just, and do you know where the hair, the gel down, just like straight down.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, mate. I was like, and then it's just like, mate, I'm a hostel. I need hostel. And I was just like, oh, fuck it. And you know, I was kind of in, do you ever be in a mood where you're like, I am a kind man?
Yeah. I don't
And
think he ever has this, but yes.
this-
no, I have the same look that I used to deal with homeless people and charity muggers and people trying to sell me Sky broadband in shopping centres.
Right.
What I do
Yeah.
is I make eye contact with them and I go like this. So I'm walking. And then you pop in and say, excuse me, so do you want to sign up to fucking Sky Go or whatever?
Excuse me.
I've done it.
Sorry,
I've done it. I
no,
just go like that.
big stupid fat cunt. Can I get your attention for just a second?
No, I've already walked past you. I've gone.
You stupid.
You're not
baggy
walking that
lungs.
fast.
I look at you. I do that. So I do both head and also hand. No.
The two
And
finger
then I
no.
walk. The two finger no.
Yeah.
No.
Aren't you Freddy Quinne? That's stupid.
I've seen you on
smelly-
TikTok. If I make you laugh, can I have 20 quid?
Aren't you that stupid fucking idiot that makes those videos asking to be roasted? You stupid-
I've already gone. I've already gone.
Yeah.
I've already left. You're telling this to
I
your
deal with
supervisor
those-
You've
now.
already flown away like a towel full of cum.
I deal with those three things very
Yeah,
differently.
I always have. That's how I deal with them. I always have a towel full of cum. And they go, excuse me, I'm like that in the face.
You'll never mess with towel man again.
Excuse me, have you thought about EE? Oh, jeez.
And it's stuck to their face. And they're like, ah.
They can't peel it off.
Yeah.
It's like,
See, I deal with those three things very differently. I don't have a stock response to those because they deserve different levels of contempt. Someone selling Sky
Right.
broadband in a blue suit in a shopping centre,
Yeah.
I'm just going to ignore you. I'm literally not going to give you anything. I don't care about you. I hope you die.
Right.
Have you-
okay.
have-
Charity muggers, I used to work for them, and I know the only thing that you can't objection handle, right? So I know how they're trained, and I know they're trained to deal with literally everything,
Yeah.
except for, oh, we already subscribe. Can't do anything about that. I've
what
already
about
subscribed.
I have
and, and people who are homeless, I'll probably just give some money if I've got some.
So this little fella today,
yeah.
this little guy, it's my husband. But what I do is I look at him and I just determine how fucked are you. Do you know what I mean? How fucking rattled are you as a human
Yeah, I don't want
being?
someone in a shirt and tie asking me for money. I
No.
want you to look fucked.
No, I don't want you. If you're in any way fat, fuck off. Do you know what I mean?
That's true. That's true.
You've got too much money. You need to fucking have less money.
Yeah, you need to give your money to me.
To me, you fat fuck. So anyway, but I had a
What
look
if they
at
sat
him.
begging outside Mackey's? I'd be like, move up the street, go somewhere healthier.
Come on, brother. Outside fucking Whole Foods or what was it? Waitrose.
See, I would give a fat beggar money because I think they need the money more than anyone else. They've got a food addiction, you know. They need it.
Right.
And I don't
They
wanna
send
go-
us a pure gym with
Yeah.
their
Yeah, I don't want
begging money.
No, I just don't want them going out mugging people for sausage rolls.
So this fella comes over, and anyway, I look at him, he's like, "Man," and I was like, you know, he's the hair, and it's just like, he just looks fucking wrecked, and so I just say, and he says, I've got £8, but can you give me £10, and then I'll give you the 8, and that means you've given me £2, and I was like, listen here now, Einstein, I don't know what you're talking about here. This is a beautiful mind. This guy's a maths genius.
All right,
John
Slow
Nash.
this
Right, Paul. So this guy has gone full fucking, you know, the equations, the algebra, and I just like, no, look, I just look, and I thought, good Lord, I'm a fucking good man here. I just said, here's a fiver now, take that and scuttle off. You know, I ruined it at the end with my cruelty.
Scuttle
you
is,
know.
yeah.
No. So I give him the fiver anyway, and he said, oh, mate, you're a good man. And I say, I do my best. And I try to help the ailing and the...
And he
the
went,
sick.
Rob Mulholland. Dead men talking, I listen.
I'm on today, lad. Probably getting the same train. So anyway, but then, right, I goes into the Pret anyway. I get my little sandwich, my little egg sandwich, and a little thing of porridge. A man's order,
Yeah.
and I and I go up. Who do I see in the queue? This little cunt with his little with the little prep bag.
I'd have knocked it out of his hand.
I should have knocked it out of his
So,
hand.
are you annoyed that a homeless man bought food?
But not our Pret, brother.
You don't know what he's getting.
There's a
Some good-
W.H. Smith.
That's
down
way
there.
more expensive. W.H. Smith is more expensive and you get worse quality food.
You're out of your mind if you think W.H. Smith is more expensive. You get a meal deal there, £5. You've got the meal, you've got the deal.
W.H. Smith is wildly overpriced and dog shit.
It
I
is.
think getting a little sandwich or a soup from Pret's not bad.
Pret's definitely more expensive though.
I don't know, than a W.H. Smith's in a train station.
A
They're fucking
Tesco
egregious.
meal deal.
They
is
charge. I saw a
probably
thing
your way
online where someone
forward.
got charged £4 for a Coke in one.
I tell you, his issue is he shouldn't be buying it from the train station.
Yeah,
Have a little
yeah.
walk.
Go for a walk.
Go
You've
roll
got
out
all
the
day.
corner.
You've
Brother.
got all day. Support independent businesses.
Brother, he made a fool of me.
Yeah.
He humiliated.
Yeah, that homeless man eating. What
Yeah.
a prick you look now.
No, but eating at Pret is taking the piss.
How is it? What, has he just got to eat gruel?
No.
He lives next to the
I
Pret.
know.
He lives out.
I know.
It's his local shop. That's basically his
Just-
kitchen.
no.
That's essentially
No,
his toilet.
here's how you're wrong.
Yes.
Is because at Euston Station, opposite the Pret, is literally a Tesco.
That's
That
right.
he could have gone in and got
and
a Tesco.
saved 50p.
And got, yeah.
Yeah, but someone
which
that comes-
for him is like 10% of all
Yeah.
the money he owns in
Yeah.
the world.
Because someone
right.
else will give him another 50p. He's hustling, he's
The
working.
thing is, though, with beggars, a lot of people are giving them food.
Yeah.
So don't waste your money on food.
Yeah.
Spend it on heroin because
Yeah.
people are giving you free food.
Yeah. I gave you that for smack, you fucking
Yeah,
ungrateful cunt.
That's 100%. And genuinely deep down in me, when I saw him, I was like, this will go to drugs. And that kind of made me feel like, okay, at least go on something fun.
Yeah, finally, at least this money will finally work its way back to ISIS.
Him nourishing himself isn't fun.
Yeah.
That's not fun for me.
Sure, you want it to be a laugh, like you want to take it down the arcade.
I want him to be kind
If you
of...
saw him on a time crisis machine, you'd be like, brilliant.
Right.
Glad that's what all those coins were for.
Do you know what? And I had another little fucker come up to me in...
I'd be so mad if I gave a fiver to a homeless person.
You see him playing air hockey.
Just bowling on his own.
yeah. Just trying to improve his game.
Honestly, I
He's
think
just doing it for the free shoes.
So, did you just buy cinema tickets?
honestly,
Did you go see the new Bridget Jones? What the...
I don't think I'd be able to process how mad I'd be. I think I'd kill him. I think I'd rip him apart with my bare hands. How
if it's
dare-
Just playing a claw machine trying to
Yeah.
win a teddy.
Yeah. Yeah, are you going to put that on your bed? Didn't think so.
But if he said that, at the start, if he said, "Sorry, mate, can you give me £2 so I can afford to go to Laser Quest?" You'd be like, "You know what? Yeah, you can have that."
Yeah.
I just think of all the things a homeless person can do with your money, a slightly fancy sandwich isn't the worst thing.
No, but it's
Also,
just
I think it's bleak on the streets. You know, maybe that little sandwich is
I
a tiny
they're
little
having
treat.
fun
I
on
think
the
it's-
streets. Shut up, Rob. It's like a fucking. I've seen the musicals. They consider yourself. Consider yourself. Those pickpockets and orphans, they're literally having the best time there is. Have you seen Oliver? Listen, these cunts are
Yeah, those
having...
urchins who were begging for more gruel seem to be having a lovely time.
But that's it. If I give you a fiver, you go to Lidl and you buy a load of turnips. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got that.
so-
Also,
So that's the most
you-
Irish request
no,
ever for
you
a start.
fuck off, Lidl.
I'm
What
with
are
you.
they gonna do
And
with the
you're not
turnips?
even, right, so you're not
can't
even
cook
allowed.
a turnip.
You're not even allowed to cook or boil it. You have to eat it raw like an
Yes.
apple. It's sustenance, but it has to hurt.
That's
it has
right.
to hurt. It has to hurt your teeth, and you have to feel sad.
If
Is
you
that why they
think-
have bad teeth? Because they're all eating turnips raw.
If I think I'm giving you a fiver to have fucking pesto, you little cunt,
I know.
you must be joking me.
I know. I'm with you. You can't have. It's an affront for
Yes.
you as a homeless person to eat the same sandwiches I eat.
That's right. That
I
was
say
it.
pesto for the people. Pesto. I don't
No.
think pesto should be an
No.
unaffordable
There has to be.
luxury.
There has
Yes.
to be a recognised hierarchy of food that
Yes.
different classes of people eat.
Yes.
And me, as a man that's giving homeless people money,
No, you're
I
not.
should
You're
be
not a man who gives homeless people money.
No, but if I
You
did.
never give homeless people
No, but
money.
if I
You
did-
could sit this conversation the fuck out. I give loads of money to homeless people. I'll decide where it goes. They can have a fucking filet mignon for all I give a shit.
No, see, for me, they have to eat like old cigarette butts and things.
But when you
They've
say
already got ready access to cigarette butts. I'm buying them dessert.
Look, if they weren't good for you, they've got to go to work. They've got to turn up or turnip.
I like
Did
that.
you stop everyone just to do that?
yeah.
I'm gonna.
Don't do that again.
I'll stand by that.
I stand
You get
by
a
that.
big bag of or just a load of grain, like a sack of grain. And
How
that.
but how can you eat the grain? I think
Huh?
it's quite easy. I think it's a bit easier
Like a horse.
to consume a
Right.
sandwich from Pret.
No.
No. It's the fact that it's from Pret. It's not the fact that it's a
No.
sandwich.
And also, wait 5 minutes till I'm gone.
He thought you were gone. It's London.
Huh?
Thought you were busy going off to do
He
things.
saw I was on the way into Pret. He could see the hunger in my eyes. He knew I was eating.
Yeah.
He
He
knew I was going in
He
there.
maybe just thought, oh, I've got given a £5. I was only expecting £2. I was going to have a shit sandwich, but now I'm living La Vida Loca.
But also, he is living like the King of France now with his little thing. But he's just made the pitch about this whole hostel.
Can I say as well?
Narrative.
Can I
Yeah,
say?
but like the King of France, you're like, let them not eat cake.
Can I say as well? Just very
Let
quickly.
them eat turnips.
I say,
Yeah.
just as a little thing as well. If I was a homeless person,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be eating fancy sandwiches like at Pret,
Right.
Because then your taste buds might get accustomed to fine dining.
Fine dining. A
And-
Pret sandwich.
and
Can
then-
we just... A Pret sandwich is not fine dining.
and then you can't truly
Oh,
appreciate.
I enjoy mayonnaise so much I just can't go back.
But like you never want to be in a position where you're at the soup kitchen and you're like, I just don't fancy this. Like
Right.
yeah, I don't think they are in that situation.
no, like but if they have too much
No,
Pret,
yeah, because if they've too much Pret, they're going to be, oh no, this turnip is raw.
Yeah, I
It's
think
like-
they probably would be like that. Yeah,
Because before that, they're like, oh, yummy raw turnip.
exactly. Exactly.
I can't wait for this raw turnip.
I don't think there's any homeless people in this country who've never had a nice sandwich in their entire life.
No, I know, but they've had it so long ago they've forgotten.
They've forgotten what nice sandwiches
Yeah,
are,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
want to keep them down.
But
there.
also as well, it's aspirational. So they're sleeping in a doorway and they're like, one day
Yeah.
I'll be able to eat nice sandwiches.
yeah, I
again.
think they're already aspirational. I think they're like, oh, one day I'll eat this nice sandwich indoors. I think that's the aspirational bit. And I don't think the difference between a Pret sandwich and a Tesco sandwich is going to be the difference between them having a house and not.
You don't know that.
I do know that, yes.
Rob, you
They
don't
might have
know
a club
that, Rob.
card.
Yeah,
Think of the points they're earning.
yeah, sure.
And
You
you
can
know-
get loyalty points at Pret.
Now
You didn't
listen
think
to
about
this
that?
I did not.
because
You didn't
the-
think about that, did you? Maybe they were getting a free sandwich from a loyalty card that someone's given him. Maybe someone gave them that bag. You don't know. Did you see them make the purchase?
Yeah, maybe there's a turnip in the prep bag.
Yeah. Maybe it was a bag full of Pret turnips. You didn't know.
That again would piss me off.
You don't get the good turnips.
Exactly. If you're eating turnips, you're not allowed to have the best turnips.
You can't have the best
You've got to have like
You've got to have whoop-style turnips.
yeah, you've got to
Right.
ship turnips.
Yeah.
you have to have turnips that are half kind of from somewhere that a famine has happened because of disease.
We've got Rwandan turnips.
Rwandan turnips, and half the turnip is inedible. And
You don't want them to have a full turnip.
no,
Yeah.
I
It's
don't.
got to have at least one maggot in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Half the turnip's inedible, and you don't know which half until you bite into it.
That's
You
right.
just-
You've
so
got to
it's-
reach into
so
your bag of
50% of the
turnips.
time is a punishment.
Yes.
Like,
No, you reach
Yes.
into your bag of turnips, and 50% of the time you pull out an old boot or a tyre.
no,
Like you're fishing in a cartoon.
Well, I do think
Oh, it's a shopping trolley.
you could get your £5, spend it in Pret, or a year-long supply of maggots.
I think you underestimate the cost of maggots.
But they could use those maggots to fish and then have a little business.
Yeah, they could go down to the Thames and catch all that lovely fish.
Yeah. And you know what? Another fella come up. This because listen, and I don't want to say Christ-like, but that's what probably other people will say when they hear of my good deeds. Another time I was this thing.
After the Cialis, you do raise after 3 days, don't you?
That's nice. Come on. So I was in Covent Garden, and I was just kind of away in my own. I'm usually in my own world. I'm as Moki.
Well, you're in Toulon, aren't you?
As my healer Moki would say. I'm going to start calling him my healer. My healer Moki would say I'm living in my head a lot, you know. And so I'm there, and then just some little kind of this was a more crabbish.
You're in France up there.
I'm
so
glad,
don't
sure.
blame you.
Listen, I'm on the French Riviera with Jeffrey Epstein, and we're having a few cocktails. But so I'm there, and I'm away in my own mind. And this is quite a crabbish. Do you ever meet kind of crabbish homeless fellas?
If
George,
you
walking
can-
sideways.
if
Kinda,
if
Yeah,
you can,
scuttily.
See if you can stop touching that mic.
Me.
Yeah, because every time you do it makes a.
It's quite phallic, and
it-
that.
I can see Madison getting angrier
All
and
right,
angrier,
right.
and you wouldn't like her when she's angry.
No, she.
You don't want to anger a goth. Blood everywhere.
What are you a woman of violence?
No.
Because I'd like that. But no, I'd love that. But so I was there, and this little crabby fella comes up to me and just kind of, hey, just kind of in my face, hey, just like that. And I was like, what the fuck? He's like, hey, and he goes, I'm going to die, or something like that. And I was like, well, all right. And then he's just like, hey, he's like, give me somebody. And I was like, oh, fuck. He just startled me, and I didn't have enough time to have my lack of generosity come over me. So I was like, all right, I'll get. So I put my hand in my pocket and I feel a note, right? And then I was like, oh, fuck. I have a loose note in my pocket. And I was like, oh, I hope it's a fiver. I'll just give him a $5. You know, he did say he's going to die. He's like, eh. And he's just.
Well, if he's going to die, he doesn't need the money.
What?
If he's going to die, he doesn't need money.
Yeah, but he wants to have an old, bag of fucking turnips before he dies.
See, this is.
I'm going to treat myself to Pret turnips for my final meal.
Yeah.
And I'm outside going, you're fucking not.
Yeah. So he
This
comes
is
up.
where you went wrong, by the way, because lack of generosity has to be your default state.
Right.
That's where you have to sit all the time.
I know, yeah. But listen, I was raised.
Or just do the opposite and have a nice life.
Right.
Yeah.
I was raised with the spirit of the Lord, and I can't shake it. I'm sorry, Freddie.
Were you actually raised religious?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, this man from rural Ireland.
From rural-
Are
what
you,
is-
are you
The
still,
fuck? Have you ever heard of Ireland?
Are you still religious?
No, I wouldn't be like actually thinking there was an immaculate conception around him, but the shame and the self hatred and the self-flagellation and all that stuff.
Do
Is
you
Yeah,
think
so I
that-
was raised staunchly Protestant, so should be battering each other really.
Yeah.
Do you do you think that there's a God? Do you believe in God?
Like, do I think there's a man up there? Like an old fella who's like, oh, puppet master.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that seems to me that'd be a really silly thing to think.
A force? Do you think that there's a
Do you know what?
benevolent force that binds the universe?
Well, sure, look, if I'm honest, I had a stone for a few years that I was talking to.
Sorry, were you stranded on a
Yes.
desert island?
No, I just had lost my way a little bit. And see, I am
This
very.
was pre-hypnotism, I assume.
Yes, I'm very susceptible to magical thinking. So I'm just have a weak mind, Freddie, and I'm like, if I was in Nazi Germany, I would have been like, you can capture me. I'm easily captured.
yeah. That's what people call Hitler, the great magician. Just made 6 million Jews disappear.
Yeah. No. As I said, look, listen. I know I know I would have been. I know
So
for.
funny if at the end of the war, Hitler just went, ta-da!
But do you not ever get that?
Just under a curtain, like under a cloth.
Abraca Hitler.
Yeah. Well, did you never get that where you're like, if you're honest with yourself? If I'm honest with myself, I tell myself, I was
You're
like,
susceptible to
yes.
magical things.
If I was in Nazi Germany, like, I know I would have been a Nazi. I know. Do you know how I know? I'm a Nazi now. It's not even cool. Bit of fun. Now, so I am susceptible to magical thinking, and it has driven me kind of almost insane at times. Like there was times where, so I'd view everything as a sign, for example. So like there was a time when I had a girlfriend, and like there was like a picture of us had been like knocked over, and I'd go, oh.
It's a sign I'm gay.
And I'd be like, that's right, I am gay. All signs led to me being gay. I'd have just a cock in my mouth, and I'd be like, this is a sign. This is a beautiful, hot, juicy sign.
My
So-
face is covered in signs.
sign in my mouth. No, but so I'd have this thing, and then I found, so I had a friend of mine who was he's a dancer from Kilkenny, and he was a ballroom dancer, and he ended up winning like the Irish version of Dancing with the Stars, and he was all into like positive thinking and stuff. And this was a few years ago, and I was like, lad, how did you, how'd you do that? Because he's from where I'm from, and he became a professional dancer. I was like, that's unbelievable. And then he was telling me it's because he had a stone that he would talk to and thank for everything in his life. It's a gratitude stone. So but you don't just thank it for things in your life. You thank it for what you want in the future. So I'd say, thank you for Freddy's gallstones getting worse. Stone. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
just whatever I want.
Yeah.
But you thank it for things, or thank you for my brother's business failing.
Can I
or
quickly
whatever.
ask,
Yeah.
when you're miming that,
Yeah.
you're miming just
Whispering
putting it to
right
your lips
into
and
the stone.
whispering it. Does it not work if you just set it on a tape? Does it have to be like...
But you don't want anyone overhearing what you're saying to this stone, because you're saying mad shit to the stone.
Yeah, you don't
know
want to
what
look weird. Just gonna be like,
I mean? Yeah. Well, you're not doing it in This is in the sanctuary of my own room.
yeah, so fucking chill out then.
Me and my
If you're in
stoner.
your own room, it doesn't matter. Just chill out, put it on the table.
You don't know who's listening. You don't know
walls
who's
have
listening,
ears.
Rob. The walls have ears.
Right. So what
yes.
would you ask the stone?
So, like, I would say, like, I would be like, oh, thank you for my show selling out, Stone. And then I'd be like, oh. And then I kind of put it down. And then I'd be like, oh, thank you for, it'd also be just sincere stuff. You and I'd be like, thank you for my mother, Stone. She has showered me with love, I would say, to the stone. And then, so
Thank you for those guys who will shower me with love later.
Thank you for Paul Mescal's throbbing member, Stone.
Thank you for all the signs those guys left up my arsehole.
So
Yeah, shag the real estate agent.
yeah, but it is true. Like I had this stone that I would and every night I'd like talk to the stone and thank it for things, and then for things I wanted in the future and all this stuff. And but then anyway, what ended up happening was I made myself truly mentally ill, because I started to feel I relied on the stone. And if I didn't have the stone, like I was nothing without this stone, So I remember I was at a gig, I was headlining this gig in Cork one time, and I'd have the stone at the gigs, and me and the stone would be in like, we'd like have a chat before the gig, and I'd be like, and this
Would you take him on stage?
Oh, he'd be in there, yeah. They wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But
But
the
you know.
I'd know, the stone would know.
As long as I've got the gratitude stone, I'm going to smash this.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
No, and I'm not joking about that. I
No,
had
believe me, yeah.
become truly reliant.
Mike, we really believe you're
Yeah.
mentally ill. Don't
So-
you worry.
Thank you very much. So anyway, I go to this King and I had the stone with me when I came in, but I don't know if I took the stone out for a little chat and I left it. I couldn't find the stone, and I literally almost had a panic attack. I was like to the guy, I was like, I don't know if I can go on. I started running around Cork looking for a new stone, but like,
None of them would do.
but I'd literally pick up stones and I'd be like, you don't even know what I'm saying. And I'd be like, you don't,
You're just a stone, you
you're
idiot.
a fucking stupid stone.
Do you think maybe you needed the stone when you were trying to shag women?
Do you know what?
Thank you for this erection. Thank you for me not being scared of pussy anymore.
Yeah. Who are you talking to? Someone who I really love, a stone. Yeah, so anyway, but after that one in Cork, because I had such, and then like the gig didn't go like that well, because I was just,
Yeah, you're tense, you're in your
I
head.
really tense, and I was just really heartbroken about the stone. And then afterwards, like, I remember talking to one of my friends. He's like, lad, he's like, you need to like, this is crazy. And I was like, no, I have driven myself mental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
this
Because what you've done
nonsense.
is you've
Yeah.
taken what can be like a good exercise of like setting yourself goals and being thankful
Yeah.
for things that you can just do for yourself. And that's good. And that will lead to progress if you
Yeah.
think about what you want to achieve and go towards it. But you've put it into this little stone.
Into the stone.
Yeah.
Can I psychoanalyze you as a human being, mate?
Oh, yeah, from this fucking lover of people.
Yeah.
I think that you are a man that
Yeah.
really, really needs safety nets.
Yes.
The
Okay.
stone is a safety net.
Mm.
The Viagra is a safety
Yes.
net. It's all
Paul
interlinked.
Mescal's a safety net.
Paul Mescal's juicy.
Juicy safety net.
Fat cock. is a
Oh no, I've fallen onto the safety net again.
I'm straddling the safety net once again. Well, yeah. I mean, look, I'm in the middle of trying to sort this whole thing out with Moki, but it does feel like a little bit the blind is leading the blind.
Well, if the hypnotism doesn't work, what else can there be?
but I've been
We're
told.
gonna. It's like that bit in Joe's, except he went, "We're gonna need a bigger stone."
Me just rolling around
big boulder.
A big boulder.
It's my gratitude boulder.
Yeah, like gratitude boulder. That's what Sisyphus was doing. He was just pushing
It
his
was just really
gratitude
grateful.
boulder.
Yeah.
Up the-
Yeah. Have you ever done just like actual therapy?
No, I have. I had Drew. My last therapist, Drew, is a former heroin addict.
Yeah.
Now, so
Went
Drew-
straight to the top.
yes.
Yeah, the worst thing is when he stopped taking it with Drew.
Now that's fun. Come on, Fred. Now that's good gravy, and that's because he's lost the weight and the mind is sharp. You know what I mean? That's what that's from. The endorphins of the gym. You don't come up with withdrew unless you've been really
Thank you.
taking
Shock.
care of yourself.
Shock guy.
So Drew. But the thing was with Drew was a bit mad because, and actually Hattie recommended Drew, and I did love it. Drew was great, but he was like we were halfway through the first session, and he was like, "Are you enjoying Drew's session?" And I was like,
Did you say in the third person like
Yeah,
that? Are you
and-
enjoying Drew's
yes, he
session?
did, he
I was
did.
like, I was up until that exact
"Yeah,"
moment.
and then I was just like, "You're Drew, though, aren't you?" And he was just like, "Yes." And I was like, "Right, yeah." So you're just kind of referring to yourself in the third person, is it? And he was just like, "Yes." He's like, "Do you have a problem with that?" And I was like, "No, I'm fine with it. Mike is worried, you know." Mike
I
feels
think-
like it's the blind leading the blind here, Drew.
I think you and Hattie need very, very different therapy.
Yeah,
You have
well-
wildly different things going on.
Well, no, she got it from a friend of hers that was a guy,
Sure.
like that was an also an anxious fella, and then so she sent me, and Drew was, to be fair, he was great, but so he's like he's like a Buddhist-ish type, so he kind of sees himself, Drew the therapist is separate from Drew the, I don't know, who takes, a half an hour
Oh,
shit.
it's like when comedians
Uh,
talk about their persona on stage like it's a separate person.
Right.
Grow up.
Yeah.
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 Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have to get into a new zone to tell these dick jokes?
So I'm just going to go into my zone of sanctity, and
Yeah.
now I'm Rob Mulholland, the performer. Hello.
But so do you think that there's no, and I guess that's what you're going for eventually, that there's no difference between Rob Mulholland here and Rob Mulholland on stage?
No, there's a
Obviously,
slight
I'm performing,
difference.
but I'm still the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
person,
There's
but
a
I'm
s-
performing.
There's a
Right.
slight difference
Yeah.
in the same way that a teacher is slightly different at work than they are, or a policeman.
I'm not a
is slightly
separate
different.
person, though. You just act
Yeah.
differently.
You just you basically you take aspects of your personality and you heighten them up a little bit because they're going to
Because
help
it's a
you do your job.
performance, but it doesn't
Right.
mean I'm a different
But
person.
I'm telling you that fucking Linda, who works in HR, probably does that. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
Like everyone does that. We're not doing anything special, and I think I also think it's fucking pathetic when comedians think they're artists. No, you're fucking not. Shut up.
Freddie, come on.
I'll tell you what, especially the ones that have been going for 20 years and never changed the set. It's like, oh yes, I remember that time that Picasso painted exactly the same thing every day for 20 years.
I mean, a lot of artists do that sort of stuff,
No,
to
they
be fair.
don't.
They like repeat a motif over and over and over again.
Yeah.
they won't do it in exactly the same way,
No,
paint
but
the
they'll
same
work
fucking
on,
thing.
be slightly different
Name
every performance.
literally one.
Well, like all those fucking soup cans. There was loads and loads of those.
Yeah.
There's one for a start.
Yeah.
If
No,
it
but
does
he
other
wasn't.
stuff though as well.
That was one he did that for a while.
Yeah,
And
didn't-
like, they'll have modes and eras.
No,
but
but
like
he-
Picasso just did blue for ages.
Yeah,
and then
I
there's
know,
like,
but he's doing.
there's
they're
loads
doing-
of outsider
they're
artists
all
who do
doing
it. Loads of
different
artists
things.
do
They're
this.
You look
all
like a
doing
fucking
Loads of
idiot
artists
now.
will just repeat a motif over and
Rob
over
has just
again.
made you
No,
look
I know,
like a
but-
fool.
but-
Fucking absolute oaf.
okay.
About his topic
You know nothing about
You know
modern
nothing about art or
You know
watches.
nothing
You know
about
nothing
art.
about watches, you stupid cunt.
Just to stop you there, Picasso's blue period, he was doing lots of different things.
Mainly
and,
blue.
And the Campbell's soup,
Dabba-dee, dabba-die.
the Campbell's soup cans were diptychs. They were being pressed over and over again. They weren't
so he's
even being
repeating it.
painted.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
shut
It
the
was- Yeah, he was repeating it though. Printing it over again. I didn't say anything about the medium.
I saw Freddie have his favourite moment, I think. You were so excited on stage when you were hosting Birmingham the last time, and then you were asking some lady, you're like, what are you into, girl? Or like, when you were doing your crowd work, you're like, you, girl, what do you like? And then she was like, oh, I love modern art or something. And then Freddie just literally just like, well, so do I.
Yeah.
And
Time to be boring instead of funny.
and is it the period of, is it the postmodern period that delights you, or is it more?
If I could talk about art and not comedy, that would be better than my life right now.
You were so excited.
I
Yeah,
prefer
If
it.
only you were working in a medium where you could choose what you spoke about. Just
I
go do an
can't-
art podcast.
I can't.
No, because no one will listen to it. 'Cause it'll be
'cause it's-
boring.
Yeah. And also as well, people who do that know a lot more than me. So
Yeah.
I'm just stuck in this thing where I really want to talk about it, but nobody wants to talk about it with
You
me.
just got to talk about soup and art at the same time
Yeah, that's
for a little
brilliant.
bit.
Little tip.
Yeah, I know, but I was correcting this cunt, so
Yeah.
it didn't really feel like it was fun. Come see the Pod Sisters live.
Oh my God, we're pod sistering all over the place.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're doing live podcasts, and you can come see them. You clearly like the podcast because you're hearing this and/or seeing it, which means you're into it.
It's
Why
so
not have it
much-
right in front of your face?
You have it right in front of your face. You get to chill out with other people who like the same podcast you do, and then afterwards you get to meet us. It's loads of fun. We
Yeah.
enjoy it.
And
you
if
know?
you're a good-looking young boy, Freddie might wank you off.
Yeah.
There's loads of stuff available. It's going to be a very fun time.
Come and tickle us. Come and tickle us.
Tickle Freddie. Freddie loves getting tickled. That's what he said to us
No.
earlier. He said everyone who buys a ticket is entitled to one tickle.
Not while I'm
That's free.
Not while I'm wanking a young boy off.
No, that's fine. We'll do the tickling either side of the wanking. I
Exactly.
think that's only fair. But if you want to come get involved in this child wanking or tickling, you can.
Let's do the dates.
Yeah. Birmingham, 11th of May.
Liverpool, 6th of July.
Glasgow, 18th of September.
Shut up, Tom. Leeds, 1st of October.
London, 9th of November.
Hull, 13th of November.
Hull, 13th of November. Why are we going to Hull? Like, seriously, none of us know, do we?
Should we do a feature?
Oh, what is this now? Watching the.
No, this is just a feature. Don't worry about this.
Have you got rid of that?
Basically, we had to get rid of the phone number for a while because we had loads of illegal stuff on it.
Highly illegal.
We've got a new phone number, but like basically because of the lag in recording episodes, it hasn't been. We haven't got videos yet, and I've forgotten the number, but it'll be on screen now.
Yes.
There you
So
go.
watch the video.
Yeah.
Nice.
But this is a different feature, which I can't remember if you played the first time you was here.
It's time for Cunt of the Week.
Spin that wheel.
Thanks, Fred.
Always love
No,
that.
Freddie.
I've done it. We've done this too often, and it refuses to die as a feature.
It's the world's greatest feature.
It refuses to die.
Okay.
Like
We're
Michael Schumacher of features. Everyone's pretending to love it when really they're like, it's a bit of a burden now,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you 3 stories, and we're going to decide who is the cunt of the week. These have been sent in from our loyal listeners and viewers. And if you want to write in, you can write into deadmantalkpod@gmail.com, and you could win some O'Donnell's moonshine.
Or you can send us a voice note to this number. There we go.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, the first one's called Photo Bucket. The other week, I got an email from Photo Bucket, a popular photo uploading website from the 2000s.
I'm familiar with its game.
Yeah, it's a
You're
good-
familiar
it's
with
a good
Photo Bucket?
They were saying that my account was due for deletion because they are shutting down and it was my last chance to salvage any photos. I hadn't used this site in upwards of 15 years, and out of curiosity, I reset my password and logged in. I was met with the most...
Curiosity. Just the way they say it, like there's some sort of Tomb Raider finding, or this brave, intrepid explorer checking new worlds. You're just going to be seeing pictures of you in fucking pot world, shit-faced.
I was met with the most embarrassing northern teenage lad in 2008 photos you've ever seen. Weed symbols, me and my mate sharing a 3-litre bottle of cider in the park, boy racer cars, etc. Anyway, as I was scrolling, I came across a photo which could put me in prison, or at least on the register. Basically, back in 2007, when I was about 14, I got some bird in my ear to get her baps out on MSN webcam. I then screenshotted them and made a Pixo webcam website called ellaboobs.pixo.com.
Is this site still active?
No, I did check. It's not.
Right. So sorry, Tom.
Legally.
So no. Can we just check what? Right. I'm just little chain of events. What happened is someone wrote in and went, "I've put child pornography on the internet," and Tom went, "Let's have a look."
No, what I wanted to do, I wanted to see if I had to change it to something else because I thought if other people.
Yeah, you'll take the bullet of looking at the
I
child
didn't
porn
want
for
other
everyone
people
else.
to look at the
Yeah,
child
you
porn.
don't want other people looking at child porn. That's all the child porn for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I made sure that it's not anymore. Anyway, ellaboobs.pixo.com, which consisted of nothing but a photo of her tits and shared it around the whole school. At the time, she told her parents, who informed the school, who informed the police, who informed my mum, and we went through a whole ordeal of meetings, etc.
Sorry. Is he about to ask who's the cunt in this situation?
So who's the cunt? Me for ruining her remaining 3 years of high school, her for being a grass, or my mum for not giving a fuck?
Well, the mum's definitely to blame at some point in this, but I think if you're doing revenge porn on a child, you're probably the cunt.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty cut and dry though on this one.
But he was 15 at the time, was he? Or he
Yes.
was a teenager.
Yeah.
So like there's the case that could be made for, boys being boys on that one, I think, right?
Yeah, I think you should probably get in a bit of trouble for uploading it to the internet and sharing it around
I
everyone.
mean, I think you're a cunt for not keeping the website active.
No, but like I think him doing that is a very rotten thing to do to that girl.
Sure.
So at the time, of course he's a cunt. I think her being, I think we can rule her out
I think so, yeah.
of being,
I think so, probably,
for
yeah.
being, like, even to reference her as a grass is a bit wild.
It's a bit wild, isn't it? I don't think
You fucking grass.
I don't think it's being a grass to be like, hey, can you take my tits off
Tits
the
off the
internet?
internet. You fucking
you
grass.
grass, you little snitch.
You little snitch.
Yeah.
Snitches get stitches.
Obviously, it's a really bad thing to do. People do fucked up things when they're a teenager.
Yeah.
Yada yada. Doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like he's got any remorse now, though. Is the thing?
Yeah,
it's not like he's going, "Oh, what an idiot I was." He's like, "Is this bird of grass?"
The correct thing to do. Oh my God, he should go back and rewrite his. Like My Name Is Earl, but for revenge porn.
Yeah, go put a picture of your dick on the internet and spread it around.
But isn't that mad if he's been holding on to resentment?
Yeah.
Fucking grass.
Yeah.
Why? She fucking dubbed me in.
Yeah.
All I did.
Also, like real talk, delete that photo immediately off everywhere. That is child pornography, and you can go to jail.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make sure
Yeah.
you don't have that.
Have
anywhere.
one
Or
last.
send it to 07.
No, it's one of our rules. No child pornography.
Yeah.
Those go to the email.
Thank your little stone
The
for
worst
the
thing-
tits.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
delete.
What's the next one?
Next
I
one.
think we've got a pretty strong front runner.
It's quite a strong one, isn't it? A nomination for the best feature on God's green earth, no matter what Coke Boy says. Thank you. One of my friends is getting married in August, and his twin brother is his best man.
Seems about solid. That
Yeah.
seems a solid thing.
Yeah,
It'd be
if
weird-
you've got a twin brother and you're overlooking for best man, brutal.
Yeah, because you are literally the same man.
Yeah. You just go, this guy's a fucking stupid cunt.
It's self-hatred, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Yeah, you need to work on that. You need to go see Moki if you're struggling with that.
Yeah, do you know what? I was comparing last night. I was doing the roast, and there were two twin sisters in the audience, right? And one of the twin sisters went to Liverpool School of Performing Arts, and the other one was in a performing arts college in America, and she was over visiting. So we got them both on stage as twins to both sing one verse of a song so we could work out which one the more talented twin was. And I thought that it would be close. It wasn't close even remotely. One of them was an incredible singer.
Yeah, one of them was the Job Bellingham. of
One-
the-
yeah. No, honestly, one of them was an incredible singer with like a show tune kind of voice that you could see on Broadway. The other one,
Phil
went,
Neville.
The other one went. The other one went to the Liverpool college.
Yeah, I would have guessed the one in America is the better one.
But
Yeah,
it was honestly, I thought I was doing something kind of like funny and like, oh, it's going to be. It was just embarrassing. It was just so embarrassing. And do you know what? When the
That often
first
happens to him on stage.
when the first one sung, you were like, oh,
yeah, not bad. Yeah.
And then when the second one sung, you were like, oh dear God, this is horrible.
Right.
This is a mistake that we've made.
Yeah, and sometimes that's what happens, isn't it? The first one, it's all right, then the second one sings, right. The first one was great, actually.
Yeah.
She was unreal. But if you're a twin, right? If your other twin is better than you at something like that, get into another field,
Yeah.
or you're just going to your whole life.
Exactly. You're always going to
be
be chasing that, and you're always going to be just behind.
Oh,
and
this dog shit comparison.
Yeah, and
Fuck
it means
that.
like you're going to be like, if you don't handle that mentally, you could just end up miserable no matter what you achieve because someone's going to be slightly ahead of you.
100%.
Yeah, or like if like your sibling or partner does comedy and you're already like they're already really well established.
Yeah.
Just do something else.
Well, it's one of the reasons I've never gone out with a female comic because any of the ones I fancied I didn't think were as good at comedy as me. Like the ugly ones are funny.
But you don't want someone.
The fit ones are dog shit, mate.
The more they look like a man.
yeah. I don't think it's ever a good idea to date a female comic. Or female comics dating male comics or vice versa.
Well, I think the only thing to be said for it is that they have the same schedule, they get it, and that's
when it works, it really works. Like Gary Delaney and Sarah Millican, they're a perfect couple.
But I think part of the reason that they're a good couple is because Sarah was super established and Gary was super
and also,
established.
Gary doesn't give a shit. He's not jealous at all.
Yeah,
He's got his own shit going on.
It's already been
no,
sorted.
totally. No, I agree with you. I wouldn't like the reason I wouldn't do it is because you can't have two mental people in a relationship. You need one person who's stable, and I'm mental, so I can't have another mental person.
I completely agree with that.
We can have a lovely evening though.
Yeah, but you want away, and you want something a safe haven away from comedy,
I'm
where
with
it's
you,
just like you're away, like you can't be. And I'm jealous as well. I'm jealous, and I'd probably be competitive, and whispering to my Stone. It's just like I want them to fail, Stone. So I just it's you just want some.
I bet you look like Gollum with the ring.
It was
My Stoneses.
my Stearns.
I'm grateful for my Stoneses.
Anyway, this best man's getting married.
So this guy, his twin brother's his best man.
Yeah.
The thing is, that his best man is refusing to organise anything to do with the stag do. And he's also refusing to do the best man speech.
Yeah, you're not the best man anymore then. That's the two jobs.
That's the only two jobs.
That's the only two jobs you have as a best man.
Maybe ring.
Yeah, stag do, hold a ring, do a speech. That's your job.
Also,
if you accept best man, you're accepting those three things.
Also as well, as a best man doing a speech, nobody is expecting the fucking Dead Poets Society.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
It's fucking well easy. It's the easiest public speaking you could possibly do. A room full of people who want you to do well, who will laugh at any hack joke you've got off the internet.
Don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah.
Simple, couple of quick gags.
Yeah.
Does it everyone look nice?
And don't try and be
Right.
too funny would be the big tip I'd give.
Be
Because they
sincere.
always just they'll say something horrific about the groom and everyone will just be really upset by it. They'll be like, he shagged the brass on his stag do. Huh?
Yeah.
Be really sincere
Yeah.
and just and throw it that way.
A little
Everyone-
quip, doesn't need to be much. Jobs are good and easy.
When the best man got...
Or do what I did when I was Sam Gore's best man and make loads and loads of jokes about his gay phase at uni. He made me promise I wouldn't mention it, so I just hinted very strongly.
Did he?
I was like, I said, I opened with, the path of love rarely runs straight. And just looked at him. He was like,
I've got a PowerPoint present. Yeah,
I've never been a best man.
I'm
and
not
Oh,
shocked.
yeah, of
I
course.
I'm not shocked.
I
You've
don't
not
think
got any friends.
I don't think I ever will be. I don't really have any friends. And the
Also,
ones-
it'd be such a grim stag do if you organised it. Everyone's getting turnips.
except the best man gets them from Waitrose. Yeah, well, I'm good at organising things, so I don't think that'd be a problem. But
no, you could put it together, but you're not good at vibes. You're not good at like adding the fun
Yeah,
sprinkles.
I
You're
think
very utilitarian. There will be a venue and some people, and that'll be it.
Yeah, I think the reason that I'm never going to be a best man is because I don't let anyone get close enough to me to establish
that got very
enough of a friendship.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you Moki's number, and we're gonna sort this out.
It's going to take a few Mokies to sort this one out.
Yeah.
We're going to have to come at this from a lot
I
of
look at you
angles.
and I feel 20 Mokies. Like that's how you just like
Yeah,
rate people.
You're about 20.
You're about
Yeah,
20
yeah,
Mokies.
yeah.
Yeah. Or 20 years of one Moki. Do you know what I mean?
We don't have that sort of time.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on with this.
Right.
When the best man got married, he refused to do his own groom speech. His twin brother was his best man, did a best man speech. So they've already done it the other way around,
yeah.
but he refused to do it. The groomers rang and asked me if I'll sort the stag do out, which I've done. But now the groom is asking if I'll also do the best man speech.
Yeah, is the answer. You just kind of got to.
I've said if the best man asks me personally, then I'll do it, but only if
No,
he
that's
asks.
you.
That's
you
not the
being
way
a
to
little,
go.
It's you being a little bitch.
Yeah,
mate.
that way round's not the way to do it. What you got to say is, right, I'm your best man then.
I'm the best man.
I'm
No,
the best man.
don't even
No,
do
you're the
that.
best man. If you're doing all the best man jobs and he's doing nothing, he's not the
Don't
best
even-
man.
don't
He's the
even-
worst man.
Don't even.
You've got to have the glory of the
don't
speech.
even-
You've
Yeah,
already
yeah,
taken
yeah.
away the glory of the stag do that you've organised.
No, they
No.
wanted to do the speech anyway.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah, so if he's
you've
doing
got to give him
that-
a bit
Do you
of
know
glory.
what? Do you know
Rather
what?
than going, no, because it's weird in the wedding to just go, now here's some cunt who's
Nah,
not,
nah,
he's
nah.
the second best man.
Here's what you do, right? Listen, you got two options. Option number one is to do a really fucking sound thing for somebody, and option number two is to be a little bitch. And you're choosing
Be a little
option
bitch.
number two,
Be a little bitch,
Be
yeah.
a little bitch.
I don't
I'd be
think it's being a little bitch to
I'll
be
do
like, if
it,
I'm-
I'll do it, but only if he asks me.
Yeah,
Why
that
do you
bit's
give a
rubbish.
shit?
But like,
look,
just
I mean,
be the best man.
Nah, look, don't ask to be the best man. You don't give a shit about being the fucking best man. You
Why does he
don't
having to
care.
do all the jobs of it then?
Just do, because he knows he has to get his twin brother to do it, and everyone knows
Doesn't have
his
to if
twin
he's not
brother's
gonna
a
do anything.
fucking retard.
So he doesn't have to be best man
and
then.
so he's
not doing any part of it. He just wants to scoop
Are
in
you
on this
going-
guy's fucking glory.
Do you think you could stop interrupting for one moment in your miserable fucking life?
No, I
swear
don't.
to
No, I
God.
don't think that actually.
So,
no.
Yeah,
Just-
fuck off, Freddie.
Just listen, right? Obviously.
Soup.
Fucking up your kid's disabled.
We've already checked. It's
I
not.
hope
Fuck
he's
you.
so- no,
That's
I-
what the scam was
I
the
hope,
other day.
I hope, honestly, I hope it comes out normal. You drop it on the head, and it goes "Bleh," like that. You hear the skull crunch.
I'm like, oh no, I've made him a Quinn.
on hard tile. You hear that head divot in.
Why did they put a hard tile in the maternity ward?
And you just see
They should
him,
have used that stuff from playground so it bounces.
you just see him crawling
it's
over,
it's a boy spinning it on your finger.
starts crawling over to a little rock and starts talking to it. And you're like, oh no, you've Mike Riced him.
Mokey.
His first words are Mokey.
So in this situation, were you this guy? You'd be happy to do the speech, do the organising, do everything, but get zero credit.
Yeah, I'd have to.
Would you fuck?
I'd
Would
either
you
go.
fuck?
I'd either go. I can't do any of it for you. I'm
Yeah.
too busy, or I'll do it all. But I would not be like, I'll do it, but he has to ask
That bit
me.
is
Yeah,
pathetic. I
yeah,
agree with you on that,
yeah.
but I'm saying a different solution is fuck that guy off completely. It's nothing to do with him. He's doing nothing.
Sure, but
you should get the title.
But here's the
I would
thing.
walk around just saying I'm the best
Mate,
man,
mate,
regardless.
but
I'd do the speech and I'd go, "Hi, I'm the best man," because this cunt can't speak.
But here's the thing.
Claim
right?
it. Do it yourself.
Here's the thing, right? Is the good deed in this situation is for you to do the best man's work and not take the credit. That's what the ultimately good deed is.
Yeah. But
And if you decide that you can't take the credit, don't do the good deed.
I think do the good deed and embarrass the brother at the
No,
same
no.
time.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think make a fucking stink about it.
Hold on just a second now. The twin brother who's just refusing to do the duties. First off, if you do the speech, you're going to get credit for the speech because everyone's seen you do the speech. If it's good, people will be like,
Yeah.
that was great. So you will get your
Yeah.
Just go
Yeah,
around and tell
props
everybody the
for
best
that.
man.
And then if you organise the stag, you're obviously going to tell because you're going to be the one doing the WhatsApp group, so everyone will know you
I'd
organised the
turn up
stag.
with a big badge that says best man. I wouldn't even ask this bloke. I'd be like, yeah, I'll do it. I'd
Oh.
just turn up with a hat that says best man.
Do you know what would be really funny? It'd cost a bit of money, but it'd be a really good way to cunt him off. Is hire a projector and get AI to essentially get the twin brother as AI doing a speech that you've written and put it on this projector.
Or
so
just
that
do
way
something good.
he's technically doing a speech, but you get to cunt him off. How
Maybe.
about that?
I think you just make a joke about it going, I'm not the best man. I did do the stag do. I am doing the speech. And you just make a thing about that. Saying,
Yeah,
I'm
just
doing
talk
all
about
the
how
duties,
shit he
but
is.
not the best man,
Just
apparently.
talk about how shit this brother is. Fucking
Yeah.
like push him down to make you look better.
Yeah, cunt him off. Don't,
Yeah,
don't,
yeah.
don't
Spend
mention the
whole
groom once.
Spend the whole speech just talking about how you've had to do everything for this pathetic excuse of a brother.
But do you know what I want to say here? The twin brother, this fella isn't worth shooting. This is a
He's the cunt. He's the cunt in the story.
well, but he's also
he's
like.
caused the problem for everyone else
I-
by just not doing this basic shit for his brother.
But I also am like, okay, I get some people are like absolutely riddled with fear about public speaking. For one thing, sometimes I see weddings and people are shaking with
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
and I'm just like, just don't do it. It's
Yeah,
your
yeah.
day. You don't have to go through
Yeah,
that.
but you don't have to accept the title of best man then.
Right, but the speech thing, I think, is kind of understandable.
But the party.
You can fucking book a hotel, you
Exactly.
cunt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Literally
It's-
anyone can
it's
sort out a
wild.
stag do.
It's-
You just
Yeah.
got to get like a group chat together. Go, where are we going? Here's a hotel.
lazy
You don't even have to book the
shithead.
hotel. You could just say, everyone book this hotel.
Exactly.
Everyone book these flights.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
It's easy.
It's like that's the bit where you're being a cunt to your brother.
Have you
Like just
ever-
do that basic shit. Your brother's getting married. It's meant to be a nice thing. Do a nice thing for him. Stop being a prick.
Yeah. In an ideal situation, the brother would go, mate, you aren't doing any of the things that a best man should do. So I have to give this responsibility to somebody else, and therefore they have to be the best man.
Yeah. This
Like-
whole thing of like the best man's got to ask me is pathetic. And,
That's
like,
pathetic.
weird.
Forget about that. That's
Yeah.
weird and stupid.
That's an idea that your missus has had.
yeah, that's a woman solution. Yeah. Stop being a woman. You're not the best woman, are you?
But that
Sorry,
does,
yeah, no, in fact, yeah, fuck it. We can have a best man and now we've got a maid of honour.
it does sound like the thing. That's the sort of thing a woman would come up with. though, isn't it?
100%, yeah.
You
She's
have
got
to
to ask me. Yeah.
I'll do it, but only if this ridiculous clause happens.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You've actually taught yourself how to be a best man with that. You're now best woman.
Right, last one.
Last one. This one is weird.
Right.
This one's called apple pies. One night, after a few joints and beers, me and a friend decided to order 40 apple pies, like the McDonald's ones, from a local takeaway. A couple of minutes later, we got a phone call from the takeaway asking if the order was serious or there'd been a mistake or a typo. We assured him the order was correct and we were deadly serious about the amount of apple pies we wanted.
We are deadly serious.
I have never been more serious about anything in my life.
Oh, thank you for calling, but we are deadly serious
We
about the
do
amount
not
of
jest.
apple pies we want.
I have a very specific set of skills, including eating a lot of pies.
If you do not bring them, I will find you. And I will kill you.
When they arrived, the delivery driver looked initially confused that there were just two people inside. After a moment, he laughed and said, "Fair enough, enjoy, boys." Maybe the red eyes and faint linger of devil's lettuce explained it. We realised after the second bite of the first pie that it may have been a mistake. All we could taste was fryer smeg. I decided to make it a treasure hunt and that we had to try some of each of them until we found the firstly fried pie. Surely that one tasted good, right?
Sorry, they're trying to work out which of the pies was fried first. I think that's the problem with the fryer.
I think the smeg has come from other pies, I think.
No, what's happened is it's been put in a dirty fryer that's probably had like fucking chips and chicken in it and stuff.
Yeah,
And
probably.
like the fryer oil doesn't get dirty immediately when you put 40 pies in it. It builds up over time.
Yeah.
Also, think how industrial fryers work. It's not like after 30 pies, they're like, oh, well, this needs
Knacked.
cleaning.
Yeah.
All right, so we at least that one tasted good, right? So at least we could actually enjoy one. My mate tapped out after the third pie, whilst I pressed on like a determined mong, feeling regret with every bite. As I got to the last few pomme pastries, I'd begun to accept the possibility that bunches of the pies were thrown into the fryer together.
What do you think they were individually frying 40 pies? Like they were going one after another, just putting it in, waiting for it. Like, right, get the second one. I'm sorry to burst your bubble here. All 40 happened at once.
Yep.
We shall work through the night, pie by pie, until 40 are completed.
Call the agency to send us more staff.
If that was your theory, just touch them on and see which one's coldest.
I can't believe that this person thinks that they are frying on a pie by pie. Have you never been to a chippy? Imagine frying it on a chip by chip basis.
Was this written in by Sandro Ford?
So, hang on. I'd begun to accept the possibility that a bunch of the pies were thrown into the fryer together.
Yeah,
Maybe slapped loads of them into the microwave, all of them cooked with complete disregard for how they would taste.
Yeah, because some fucking stoned mongs have just rung up and asked for 40 of the fuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't
didn't
know they
think-
cooked
they
40
didn't think,
together.
oh, maybe it's the famous food reviewer.
Yeah. This is clearly Jay Rayner who's putting this order.
As I bit into the last pie, it turned out that my resolve had been in vain. Every single pie tasted like greasy mush. So, who's the cunt? My mate for tapping out, me for eating all of the pies, or the takeaway guys for ruining what should have been a thoroughly enjoyable apple and pastry experience.
You're not a cunt, you're just stupid.
Yeah, you're just a
Yeah.
fucking idiot. This is
Although-
the thickest thing I've ever
so our options for cunt of the week are a man who ate pies
Yeah.
because he thought they were made one by one,
40 pies.
or child porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The child porn guy. All the best, all the terrible best
the-
parts.
Yeah,
Terrible.
so it's A man that thought that 40 pies were cooked individually and decided to taste test each one.
Quite couldn't
A
he?
man who doesn't want to do a speech at his brother's wedding, or child porn.
Or sort of put child pornography on the internet.
I think it's the pie.
There's different types of cunt.
Yeah. There's underage cunt.
Yeah.
So-
I'm going to vote the cunt is the pie for not being tasty.
Yeah.
The pie in this story, I do think there's no real cunt in the pie story. I think it's just a silly little kind of occurrence.
Yeah. You
gotta-
should try one pie from the place to see if it's good before you commit to 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
don't-
Also,
do you know-
Mackey's exist. Just go to Mackey's.
Do you
and
know
get
what?
40 of them.
Actually, changed my mind. The cunt in this is it's the best, the supposed best man in the middle story, because he's making a problem right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I-
guy who did the child porn, it was a different time, 2008.
Yeah.
Like, it was bad, but
it
if
was a
you're
laugh.
15...
Child porn was a laugh back then, wasn't it?
Well, when you
it was
were
like
15,
blackface.
But if a
It was a
child
good thing
uploads
to do.
child porn, that's like
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
look, when you
15.
were exactly in 2008, child pussy was considered absolutely fine. Isn't that right?
was a bit-
Noel Fielding.
It was a different time.
But the guy who was doing it, he was 15 and the girl was 14. It was 2008. We didn't know then what we know now.
We
But now,
didn't know it was bad.
and now he's saying, I realise this is bad.
Does he? He's asking if it's bad or if the woman's bad for being a grass.
no. The
But-
grass thing is where it gets
Yeah.
a bit.
I
Yeah.
think the cunt of the week might be the one who has to do the speech who is acting like a woman.
I think-
acting like a woman is cuntish.
I think the twin who won't do a speech or organise his brother's stag.
Yeah.
Not
Like,
organising your brother's tags
It's
insane.
crazy.
I think that's worse than paedophilia.
That's worse. Yes, it is worse.
Yeah.
It's a worse crime and it's a worse moral crime. And also, unless there was some backstory with the twin brothers, like if they're like proper mates and he's just not doing.
Well, the other
this-
one did it the other way around. All right, well, I'll go with it. I think the twin brother is cunt of the
The
week.
twin brothers cut of the week. Congratulations, whoever wrote that. Send me your address. You've
And you
won
win some-
yourself some O'Donnell's moonshine.
Yeah, O'Donnell's
Nice.
Moonshine, the official drink of disloyal brothers.
Have we got any videos?
The official drink of child pornography.
Have we got any videos? Are we?
I don't think we do this week. No,
did
send
get
us some in. We'll put them on. Put the number on the screen.
Mike,
Yes,
what do you want to plug?
I am on tour. UK tour is on sale. MikeRiceComedy.com. I'm coming to Liverpool, Leeds, Newcastle, Manchester, Glasgow, Dundee, Aberdeen, loads of other places too. Mike's Comedy tickets are flying. Check out that and come to the show. That'd be class. Particularly Glasgow show. I did too big a venue and now I am
Oh,
sweating.
Glasgow's a hard sell, isn't it, mate? So also, if you're in Glasgow or Edinburgh, come see me, please.
Yeah, I love you. I love you, Glasgow. But get the tickets.
Yeah, get
Come
'em sorted.
on.
What venue? Or more?
The pavilion.
Oh, the
The
pavilion.
pavilion, yeah. Which
Nice.
is like a 1,400 seater, and you know what? It was optimistic.
Yeah, hell
It was
yeah,
very
good for you.
optimistic.
I am currently struggling to sell a 150-seater.
Yeah, no, and listen,
I will say this as well. Your tour poster is a thing of beauty.
I fucking love
Oh.
good posters, mate, and it's class. Like, I'm a
Thank-
big poster art guy.
thank
especially
you
in
very much.
comedy.
Well, do you know what I wanted it to look like was like an old movie poster.
It
Yeah,
does.
it
It
does.
gives
Yeah.
me Nosferatu vibes.
Right. That's what I wanted, and Freddie is an appreciator of art. Picked up on it, and I
really
appreciate
did.
that because it'd mean nothing from you.
I'm the fucking, like, you know nothing of this. I am by far the design guy around here. Like,
are
Freddie,
you-
for all he loves about art history, has no eye for anything. He's a big old oaf and designs everything original.
That is absolutely true. No matter,
yeah.
I really wish I had a sort of an eye for design, but no matter how much I tell my stone,
It just never happens.
just never happens for me. Right. That's the
Hold
end.
on. We've got some things to do before we go. Sign up on our Patreon, you fucking
Oh,
idiot.
fuck yeah. So sign up to our Patreon, patreon.com/deadmentalkpod.
Mate, loads of extra episodes on there. Also, we've got a special coming out very soon where we do makeovers on some mongs.
It's an extra episode every week, and also as well, I actually can't stress this enough. Thanks to everybody who does support the Patreon, because without the Patreon, the podcast would not exist.
Yeah, because there's not many companies as for giving us O'Donnell's
Yeah,
sponsor
I'm
us.
I'm not saying that in a flippant way.
No, it's literally keeping us going.
It literally pays for our members of staff. It pays for the rent. It pays for,
Pays for bin.
equipment, upkeep.
Pays for bin.
Bin
Pays for
Duncan
bin.
Sheep.
Pays for bin.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's £3 a month, and I always think the mental calculation you have to make in your head is: would I miss Dead Men Talking if they stopped? would I miss £3 a month?
Yeah, just
And
don't give £3 to a homeless person. Instead, give it to us.
They don't need to spend it on rich turnips.
Yeah. So do that. Come to Dead Meat as well. It's going to be absolutely fucking class this year. August 30th. Tickets available from deadmentalkpod.com. And I'm still on tour. Come see me all over. Next up, by the time this comes out, I think when this comes out, I'll be in Edinburgh and Glasgow that week. But then I'm all over the shop. So get your tickets. robcomedy.com.
And you can now watch us on Spotify as
Yeah.
well as listen.
We're on the old Spotify.
Oh.
yeah. So you're watching all the
Spotify
videos on there.
are a great company. I'll
Yeah,
say
good
that
bunch
right
of
now.
lads. We're hoping to get one of those billboards soon.
Lads,
Yeah, you
they're
had one of the big
fucking. I had my
billboards.
father up on. one of
We
the
saw, man.
skirts.
It was class.
He was buzzing.
Yeah.
So our plan that
We've
we
got
are,
a lot of stupid ideas for our
our
billboards.
plan that we are going to pitch to Spotify
Yeah.
is to have just black and white. I hate Terry Christian.
And then no mention of
no
our
mention of
podcast at
podcast,
all.
no mention
Just
of anything
not
else.
like not a link, not a logo. Just I hate Terry Christian as big as possible.
Not
Done.
a single thing
Yeah.
about Dead Men Talking.
Yeah.
Just I hate Terry Christian.
Amazing.
There we
His
go.
name sounds a bit like Merry Christmas.
And it really
It
annoys
does,
us. So we
We've
started.
had-
We
we've
started a
had
very
him-
one-sided beef with
And
it.
then we will eventually win our own competition that we've set out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
brilliant.
that's been an episode of Dead Men Talking. Go fuck yourself.
Oh.
Talking.